Good evening, gentlemen. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a minute, been 24 hours since you spoke with your boy, Sir Yeetus. But I'm here to give you episode 97 of Yeetus' Thoughts. All right. And today's topic is the modern Renaissance. And before we continue, I'm going to say one thing, okay? And of course, it's going to be shilling time before we go down the rabbit hole because once you go down the rabbit hole, you guys are not want to hear me shill after that, right? It'll just disrupt the entire live stream. If you want to support your boy, Sir Yeetus, if you want to support the Warband, go ahead and click on the links that I pinned on top of the chat and donate to paypal.me/SirYeetus or Cash App/SirYeetus. Okay. Either way, all donations will be contributing to the progression of this channel or whatever the Warband needs. Thank you very much. So, I'm going to start adding people right now. Gray, what is going on?
The evening Warband. It's going pretty well.
How's life for you today?
Honestly, pretty good. I think I've solved one of my larger issues, and now I'm just focusing on the Elden Ring video.
Oh, yeah, you said you're almost done.
At least 30% left, but if I power through it, hopefully it'll be available by tomorrow evening.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, the first Elden Ring video that I posted, that was just a test drive. It wasn't even that serious. Gray is not messing around when it comes to making sure that the video, the part 2 video we put out, is very enjoyable. Ain't that right, Gray?
Yeah, oh god, the amount of fucking cuts. I've had to completely redesign a workflow and make a bunch of shortcuts. So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely know how it feels, man. I definitely know. Sometimes, it doesn't really matter the quantity. Quality is what matters in the end. Quality is the most important thing because I'd rather take weeks or months or even years to complete a perfect video than to just put some random thing together within 30 seconds. So
That's one thing. It's I've heard it referred to as evergreen content on YouTube, like content that's meant to continuously bring in stuff rather than just be a flash in the pan that becomes useless after a couple days.
yeah, I definitely agree. But I'm gonna add 2 more people. I'm gonna add Carry On. What's going on, Carry On?
I'm good.
Okay. And I'm gonna add Dax. What's going on, Dax?
Yo, how's my volume this time?
That's great.
Yep, your volume is perfect.
Good to hear, good to hear.
So we're gonna start the conversation right now. And one last side show. If you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus, go ahead and donate to paypal.me/Sir Yeetus or Cash App/Sir Yeetus. Both links I pinned on top of the chat. Okay. It's all on you guys if you want to donate or not. I don't really care per se. The message is more important to me than the finances. But when it comes to today's topic, right, the modern Renaissance, I believe that because of social media and because of the modern feminism, or what I say radical feminism, and how society is treating men altogether, would you say that at least back in 2014, because I'll say Sandman is the OG on this, he's the one that started it all. Do you believe there's a new renaissance when it comes to the dynamics of relationships? Because when it comes to dealing with social media, that's never has been done before in the history of humanity.
I wouldn't call it a renaissance. Renaissance are normally linked with positive.
Well, would it be positive that men realize, like, holy shit, I've been getting bamboozled all my life. And then they'd be able to learn from what me, Sandman, Under Chronic, Hammerhand, etc. They'd be able to learn from that and able to focus on their own lives compared to, hey, if I still decide to go through that blue pill mindset, I will be a slave to the state, directly or indirectly.
I was thinking, if we're going to, I'd just like to define the term. real
Before
quick.
you continue, Gray, I'm gonna add one more person. The one, the only Hungover Nixon.
I love that name. I freaking love that name.
Well, technically I am, so I have to live up to it. So hello to the to you, Sir Yeetus, to everyone else. We got Gray, Kirion, Dax, and to the chat. Thank you for having me on. Not to interrupt your question to Gray, please continue.
Nixon, you didn't look too hot.
No, I don't feel too hot either. I've had 4 hours sleep. I can still hear the ringing in my ears. I had a massive night last night in Sydney. We had a Easter long weekend event and it was banging. It was pumping. It was everything in between. And now I remember why I don't drink and why I drive everywhere I need to go, because screw getting home at 4 a.m. in an Uber, man. It's disgusting.
But like
Been
I
there,
said
done
before,
that.
man, hey, you need to eat something salty or drink something salty. Well, whether it's you just put salt in your water, or you drink Pedialytes, or eat eggs, drink Sprite. I'm telling you, man, I know the whole works because I've been doing that
He's
shit
from
for
the army.
years. Yeah, literally.
Experience. That's
Like,
what you do, man.
At
You're talking
times,
to a proper pro. Yeah, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at times, I didn't even have time to recover. Like when I was still in the military, I sometimes forget that I had to do a run the next day. So, imagine running drunk as hell for 4 to 6 miles.
Oh, yeah. Screw that. No, thank you.
Yeah, my let's say my higher ups were laughing at me when I was projectile vomit.
Oh, no, that's not good. That's
I
not
learned my lesson though. I learned my lesson,
That's
But
good.
Gray, when it comes to what I said before, in the sense of, in my opinion, this is a new age for men when it comes to the dynamics of relationships.
Yes. So, getting back to the definition of Renaissance, we'll start with the root word nascence, meaning being born or coming into existence for the first time. So, renascence or Renaissance is rebirth. Specifically, so and we have to ask, okay, well, what's the death? I think we look back 100 years and we have seen the slow, cancerous death of relationships.
So, do you believe back in, at least in my, because I know that the groups existed way before, like in the late 2000s, right? But I'm talking about when it started to become or started to gain traction. Would you say that will be a rebirth of modern men when it comes to smashing the blue pill world and becoming red pill? Not all, but the ones that are willing to understand.
I think we're definitely on the upward swing. I think it's very interesting that 2012 was considered an apocalypse. And apocalypse literally defines to lifting of the veil. So I'd actually say that if we were going to pick some kind of cosmic date for this change, 2012 would be the very first point when it really starts to happen. And then it's been picking up steam ever since. We're only a decade since 2012.
So will you say that, because this is from the Aztec Empire, right?
Yeah, they worked on a different calendar system.
So would you say that the world as we know it came to an end in 2012? Hypothetically, I'm not saying it's fact. Hypothetically, the world as we know it as a society came to an end in 2012.
Well, the world wasn't supposed to end. It was supposed to be a new age of a new sun coming and going. That's what
Well,
the ages were supposed to
But
be.
that's the thing.
I agree, Kyria, but I'm just saying the world that we knew before 2012 became like ended.
Yeah, you
And
can't
then a
have
new age.
you can't have
came.
two ages existing simultaneously. The old age must end for the new one to arrive. So yes, we're at the very dawn of a new era right now.
Exactly. So what I see when it comes to apocalypse or whatever it's called, revelations and all that stuff, I don't see it completely as like the human race being eradicated. I see it as just how we perceive, oh, not how we perceive. The current society that we're used to will come to an end and we will have to deal with a new way of life.
Yes. And that is very much where we're in right now. And we're following in a lot of reflections of the Italian Renaissance as well. A big example is this resurgence of old knowledge. Only back then it was a lot more for the arts and the architecture of the time. Nowadays we find ourselves looking more to the problems of today. Whereas in Italy back then, it was an architectural issue that was plaguing the city at the time. Now we find a relationship issue in the wasteland of social media and dating apps.
I
And
agree.
so we look to the past to find, okay, how was this dealt with in the back day? And this resurgence of ancient knowledge that's coming back, even though the very sources that were supposed to preserve it have long since blasphemed against it and destroyed it.
Yep, and great. Before you continue, is somebody playing video games?
Guilty.
Who was it?
That'd be me, and I'm actually playing Elden Ring. Funny enough.
I'm just hearing just click, 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 click. I'm like, okay, all right, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm actually about to turn it off now. I'm just getting to a grace. So you guys continue. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's all good. I'm just trying to figure out who it was. I definitely agree with you saying, Gray. I definitely do. But a lot of people, at least in today's age, they don't want to talk about like the way our society works when it comes to relationships. It definitely changed in 2012. The traditional aspect of marriage and stuff officially went into an end in 2012. You know, around that age, because in 2014, that's where the emergence of Red Pill, MGTOW, and all that stuff came about.
Yeah, like fundamentally, I'm not going to say that it died. In
No, it's not
2012.
definite, but
it was no. I'm saying it started dying long before, and we finally took it off life support in 2012.
Well, I assume that in 2012 or 2014, that's when men started to accept that. And don't get me wrong, men throughout history is like, you know what? Hey, I'm not gonna buy relationships, but I will say 2014 and onwards, men on a massive scale just said, hey, the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore.
I think it hit a critical mass at that point, because it has just become too much for men. And it's not that there aren't still fucking blue pill simps that are like willing to die for the past world, but the men that will determine the way of the future, those men have hit a critical mass and they're moving forward on it. And we can see clearly that the establishment powers are threatened by such a movement.
Well, I assume that Nixon is the oldest out of all of us.
33.
Yeah, he's definitely the oldest out of all of us. So even though I'm not that much younger than you, I'm sure you'll be able to vouch that 2010 was way different than what society is today.
Funny enough, I was having this exact conversation with the DJ colleague we drove in together with last night, and we were discussing first of all, it was the change of people going clubbing in the nightlife, and
Nixon,
we always
hold
go
up.
back. Yo.
You said DJ Khaled?
No. DJ colleague.
Okay, I just had to make sure. I was like, damn, I'm dealing with a celebrity right now. I'm like, ooh.
DJ Khaled. There was none of that happening, all right? There was none of that. So all DJ colleague, and we're discussing the difference between clubbing now or just the social aspect of going out now as opposed to 12 years ago, 15 years ago, in the 2000s, early 2010s. After that 2010, 2012 period, like you said, there was a change. You could see there was a shift in there. What could you attribute that to? I don't know for sure, but if you think about it, the one thing that actually is probably the most prevalent in it is the social media aspect. And someone brought it up in the chat. Once social media became an everyday thing, a tool that people use for all sorts of things, it sort of shifts everyone's sort of perspective. So people start becoming less active, perhaps in public, less social. They start doing things more on their phone. They stop talking to one another. People become introverted. People just want the comfort because, hey, I don't have to go out into the real world. It's scary out there. I can do everything from my phone, from my computer, my laptop, and I don't have to deal with anyone that could give me anxiety and shit like that. And someone was talking, I forget what it was. Maybe it was the Rogan podcast with Bill Maher, and he said something like, today's youth are so anxiety triggered that the sheer notion of like a no will set them off. And that is something that is seen in a lot of youngsters today. And maybe that's what sort of contributes to where we're at today as well, because we don't have the social interaction skills like people like our generation was. The Last of Us, perhaps. Game 1 was good, Game 2 was shit. Anyways.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I would see it.
Okay, so we definitely go back to what you're saying, Nixon, very soon. Carry on. Based on what we were talking about right now, would you say that society is going through a rebirth, at least since 2013, 14, around there?
Dude, I was 14 at that age. I don't know that much. I'm probably the youngest person on, but from what I've seen from other people and what you're just old. Don't get
all right, hey, don't be,
you're getting close.
Like, at me on my goddamn live stream,
before
bro.
modern medicine, you're close to your middle ages right now. I'm just saying.
Hey, we can go hunt mammoths if you want to, but you can't.
I can run faster than you. I'm taller.
I guarantee you, I can run faster than you. Let's keep it real.
Of course, you did the army shit.
Oh! You saw you acting like it's not a big deal.
Nah, I never cared about it. I just cared when you cared about it.
No, you brought it up. I didn't give a shit.
Well, I'm gonna be adult hair and choose to go to the topic that was supposed to be on. So
that's what we would do first place. You brought it up. God damn it. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, from what I've heard, a lot of changes, especially with social media. Most people my age, they're more insular. It's not that they can't go out. It's just that they don't see the need to because they have so much connections from their phones. So like, think about it as a child from the age of 10 or we could say 9. You're just seeing everyone on their phone for a period of time. It's like, oh yeah, this is a normal action. Like you be on your phone. If there's something happening, you probably go out with your friends or close family. But like going to the pub and stuff like that or club, that's not that common now. It's like, oh yeah, you go to the club sometimes. Okay. But it's not like you go out there to meet people. It's like you want to meet people, you're probably going to do it online, on Discord or some other app or some shit like that. So yeah, people don't really need to go out and build people skills, so to say.
Okay, I see where you're coming from, especially with the rise of smartphones. They don't have to work as hard to meet with people and have people come over to their places. So I definitely see what you're saying. Dex.
Yeah, so to kind of kick off of that, it's interesting too that y'all brought up this whole idea of the world, quote unquote, ending in 2012, like was predicted by the Mayan calendar or whatever it was. Yeah, I mean, for a while now, I've been kind of thinking the same thing. Like maybe it did, and not in a sense of like shit hitting the fan, apocalypse, doomsday, yada yada, but in the sense that like things have changed, like they've gone past the point of no return, particularly with the advent of the smartphone and it going mainstream, social media going mainstream, and the fact that you have instant access to it in your pocket 24 hours a day. And I think that, cutting into today's world, especially when it comes to dating, I mean, when you think about it, you've got things like Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and whatnot. So for the average woman, especially the young women, especially the attractive women, they basically have, dating, a boyfriend or, sex in their pocket, and that they can pick up and basically order to their house like DoorDash in a sense. And, that's definitely changed things, I'll say, because it's like now they don't even have to go out. You don't have to go out of your house to meet somebody. You can just instantly connect with them, online. And it can be within a matter of minutes or, upwards of an hour or so. And it's like, well, now that that's really changed, the field for dating, and we can't really go back from it, at least not without some kind of cold, hard reboot of society. I mean, I think things have really taken a turn for the worse, honestly, like in terms of relationships, dating, what have you.
As much as I want to disagree with you, you're not wrong at all. I agree with you 100%. Next time, keep it real. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna have to get your that little professional design that you have on your. I got figured that out because it looks fucking phenomenal.
It's all DIY, man. It's all stuff I do myself. I just look at some tutorials, how to do this, how to do this. Yep, cool, put it together. Funny thing is, though, everything I have, I think, looks like absolute crap. And yet, everyone, like, sort of praises my... Exactly. This is the thing. Like, this is the most... Or, no, not the most, rather. This is how much of a man I am that suffers from imposter syndrome, where my layout and things like that, to me, look very amateurish, but everyone seems to praise it for some reason.
Well, look at my art. That's the best I can do. I didn't even do it. Okay, that shit right there, what you have right now. If I'm able to get to that point, I'm telling you, man, the subscribers will roll in like crazy. Oh my god,
man!
Yeah,
it's just about finding some artwork that you can use, something that's free that you can use with Creative Commons, and just change it up to be your own. Man, it's very easy.
It looks so sick. Like, you guys agree, right? Like, Nixon Talks, he has his stuff sleek, professional.
I try.
It looks sick.
Why'd you delete it, Nixon?
Damn it! I'm just the shortcuts. Shortcuts with OBS. I'm typing in numbers. That's why. My bad.
Hey, you're sounding pretty staticky right now.
Damn it! You turned him into a robot.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. The main thing, Nixon, best cure for imposter syndrome. It doesn't matter what you think of it. What matters is what the client, or in this case, the audience, thinks of it.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I'm telling you, you're in the top 10% when it comes to production of your streams. Because I will kill to have that type of.
Yeah, well, I'm in the business, man. I'm in audio. I'm in audio industry, so I like to think my audio is up there as high as it can possibly be. The video stuff comes secondary, but I'm learning that stuff.
Yeah, audio is one thing, but visuals is beyond important, especially when it comes to people that don't want to show their personal lives, like their face and stuff.
Yeah,
so we had to compensate of not showing our faces with a lot of, art and stuff. That's why maybe that's why I'm seeing your stuff like, yo, that shit is like beyond perfect.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
No problem.
I would like to get into a bit of something Nixon mentioned earlier with something about like the new, like people adjusting to the new era.
Wait. What do you mean, like men? Or
no? Okay, so this is a thing that it was specifically with regards to today's generation.
Okay.
Because I hear a bunch of people complaining about how they can't find workers from today's generation. And they're quickly like, oh, people today are lazy. And I'm thinking, housing prices have doubled in the past couple of years. Has your pay rate doubled in the past couple of years? I'm willing to bet no. Food prices go up. Inflation's going up.
Yeah.
You're paying double, if not more, for your material costs. Are you paying double, if not more, for your workers? No. You're probably offering the exact same thing as you did a year or two ago, maybe a paltry sum, which, given the devaluation of the dollar, means you're actually offering less value for the same work.
Well, that's why I don't really take all these other people seriously when it comes to, especially the boomers. I'll say boomers. Like, why don't you go to college, you get a job, and everything fall into place. Listen, a fucking mailman can work his job full time and afford to take care of his family and pay off his house. Back in their time,
Like that's the
boomers.
thing. So they're completely out of touch with the modern era. They think, oh, well, this happened 10, 20, 30 years ago. So if you get a job here now, it'll happen for you. No,
Oh yeah,
the dynamics of everything have changed.
yeah. It's because there's more people too. They don't realize like in the past, getting a degree was like rare. Only select few people actually got degrees, but now nearly anyone has degrees. Like toilet paper, so you have a degree. Okay, so like, I can get like 100 people that have the same degree as you on the same level. So yeah, it's not that special. That's changes a lot.
So
Yeah, and the other thing too is like they complain like, oh well, I kind of wish I was like these big corporations who can afford to bust people in. It's like, dude, these major corporations only bust these people in because these people are willing to work for insanely low wages relative to the cost of living because their cost of living is subsidized by my tax dollars and your tax dollars.
hey, Gray,
Yeah.
why being so base right now, bro?
Spitting them
Great.
facts.
But in all seriousness, I'm gonna talk to the chat right now, and then I'm gonna let Greg continue or Nixon continue. Everybody in the chat right now, would you say that the dynamics of relationships has changed forever in today's age? I know things has been happening for decades, but I'm just saying within the last, let's say, last 10 years, put a one in the chat if you believe that it's been a huge rebirth, aka renaissance, that men realize that they're getting bamboozled, and men in masses are saying, well, since I learned that the game is rigged, I don't feel like playing anymore. Would you consider that as a renaissance? Put a one in the chat. Go ahead and continue, Gray or Nixon. Which one?
Well, and that's the other thing. Relationships, they're definitely the most key aspect because for the longest time, the government of any age has relied on men to look after the women. And now men, like, they see no advantage to it, all liability, and they're finally saying enough is enough. But it's a larger part of seeing how so much of the system is straight up rigged and playing along with the game as expected is a fool's errand that will leave you broke, destitute, and miserable.
It's a fair point. It's a fair
Oh
point.
yeah.
I think a lot of men these days as well are thinking like, if I'm not getting anything out of this, why do I keep putting myself into these situations? Why do I keep playing? If what they say, the best way not to lose is not to play. So if you just take yourself out of the game, figuratively speaking, of course, I'm not playing anymore.
But here's
Gonna
the
go
big
do my
thing, though,
thing, sit on the
right?
sides.
But here's the big thing, right? I'm sure you guys already understand. Never in the history of humanity, men learn on the worldwide scale that holy shit, women, if they're left to their own devices, they will go with their self-destructive behavior. They'll be selfish. They'll be doing their own thing, and will say that men are obsolete. Men ain't shit. Go to war and die. That's all you're good for. And this is happening on a global scale. I'm not saying that it's everybody, but there's a good amount of people talking right now saying, damn, oh my God, all the sipping I've been doing all these years is for nothing.
Yeah, like never before have men been able to compare notes on such a massive scale and in real time.
Exactly. And guess what? We have proof. We have proof on social media. We have proof. All right. And we're not the one that's scouting them, watching their every move. Modern women are so bold in 2022 to the point where they snitch on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so why would I feel so bad or so like, oh no, women? No, they admit that they advocating for self-destructive behavior.
Oh
What
yeah.
what do you guys got to say about that?
It's interesting too, because it's like you said, they're admitting it themselves. You know, they're snitching on themselves. Like, you can see this too. You can hop on, like, I've never been on TikTok in my life and never plan to, but you can hop on TikTok and you can see videos of women just outright admitting that they're bitches. They're outright admitting that they're gold diggers. Like, yeah, I only want a guy for free food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
outright
nothing
admitting
wrong with
that they're
that.
sleeping with multiple men and literally bragging about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bragging them, and then they have the audacity to get pissed off
When we
men
call
don't
them
take
304s.
seriously. Yeah, men don't take them seriously.
I think we have to call them the 304s because we're not even allowed to call them what they actually are.
But here's the big thing, which I believe it could be like a response to the modern feminism. But in the end, have you ever had in history a situation where men on a global scale are saying, "Screw this! I'm not playing this rigged game anymore. I'm gonna just do me."
Well,
Never-
because it wasn't as rigged, and they actually knew.
Even
Well,
if it was
it's a
rigged, it
difference
was in
where-
pockets. There was never, like, we have never throughout all of human history been this close to a true one world government.
Yeah, I understand, but anytime in history we never had, men saying, "Oh, goddamn, AWOL, holy shit," no matter what we do, all of them they'll act the same in the end, just based on how they feel. No, this has been a recent phenomenon. Never, in the history of humanity until today, where men in masses are saying, "Holy shit." The women reveal the true nature on how they feel about us, because once again, women, they manipulate way better than men can.
Oh
Way
yeah.
better.
Oh yeah.
Now here's where it gets kind of interesting because there's some complexity in that.
Okay, wait a minute, hold up. I'm gonna take a sip.
Straight
Okay.
Fiji water.
Go for it, Gray. No, not no Fiji fucking water. But,
Fiji fucking vodka.
pretty much right there.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Gray.
So we have had this knowledge passed on in various historical texts. So it was
Oh, you talking about the holy text?
the holy text, yes, but even like various tales, like folklore. I'm sure that this is not
New. This is
new-
definitely not new.
it's not new. The surprise is new, but that is because the messaging has been controlled from a very top-down perspective for quite a long time. Honestly, I'd say that the radio was probably the starting point for all this, where you had simultaneous messages broadcast to a large audience. That's where a lot of it starts. Newspapers probably very closely related to that as well. But
Well-
as soon as you were able to broadcast to a large audience rather than having groups of men able to discuss stuff, it started to really break down and you saw the female narrative enhanced.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I definitely do. Like, I agree. But never in history until recently we had to deal with that. So, in my opinion, men they weren't really prepared for the most part. I still put blame on the Simpson power. That will never go away. But the average man, they truly couldn't understand the consequences of having quick communications from one place to another when it comes to women, right? Because
Well,
that
and-
will expand their options.
Well, that's the thing. You had two groups. You had the very small group of men who did see it coming, tried to warn everyone, and were ignored. And then you had the men who didn't think it was a serious problem or didn't care if it was.
Right, and let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I'm gonna tell all you guys right now. I really don't give a shit what a woman does. It's the fact that she bitches about it that pisses me off.
And blames men for it.
Exactly.
Hey,
I don't
mate,
give a
it's
shit
not-
what she does.
Don't stop.
Whoever's life it is what it is. But if you're gonna be blaming the entire male population, trying to smear the entire male population, that's where it pisses me off. What'd you say, Nixon?
Yeah, no, you see it and hear it every day, man. Every
Oh,
day.
Nixon,
Perfect example.
Nixon,
There's a
Nixon. You sound very staticky.
Now let me try something once.
Okay.
He sounds like a robot in disguise.
No,
He's
but
a
Nixon's
spy.
good though. He's
Robot
good.
in disguise.
Oh,
Am
is
I
that you,
back again?
Nixon? Yep,
Yeah.
you're good.
That's clear.
That's me. Damn, I don't know what my computer's doing. Doesn't want me to speak. No. There's a female I know, and she always complains about being single, not having anyone around her, etc., etc. And then I say, but you don't want anyone, so why are you complaining? She goes, but I want to be wanted. I said, you're just creating the problems yourself. What should I dress if I go out here? Well, are you looking for the D or are you not? No, I'm not, but I want to make it look like I am. I said you can't have your cake and eat it too. So yes, they're creating their own problems because in their mind they want one thing, and they think, well, if I do this, then I'll get what I want, and then screw the consequences that might come with it. Guys approaching me, men trying to get my number, etc., etc. If you don't want that, don't try and look like you're going for that. But like you said, they'll complain. They'll go out, then they'll make some shitty 1-minute TikTok complaining about how all men are pigs, and they come up to me because of the way I dressed, etc. Blah blah blah. And then at the end of it, they'll say, "But I got the attention that I wanted." How do you put up with that crap?
Okay, Nixon. I'm gonna ask you a question in a bit, but I'm gonna add the vital message. What's going on with the vital message?
How's it going, Yeetus? You having a good Thursday?
Oh yeah, it's going phenomenal. Very windy where I'm at, but it's going great. I'm gonna ask this question right now. So when it comes to women and their own self-destructive behavior, do any of you guys believe is that nurture or nature?
Both.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with the vital message first. If the vital message, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
I don't. The real answer is I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay, but based on
to
your
speculate,
observations,
I would say that like with the it's hard to tell if it's nature or nurture because like if you lived a life where people were constantly giving you free shit, you would probably feel entitled too. So like that would be the nurture component.
okay.
But I don't know. But there could be an inherent component too.
So
I wouldn't be able to say yes or no.
Okay, so do you believe that, let's say 100 years ago, the people which happened 100 years ago, like, hey, you getting similar rights as men, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. You don't need the guidance. You don't need the guidance of men whatsoever.
Yeah, I think a part of it though is like how self-destructive is it based on the way the modern society is set up.
Cats, box wine, shit ton of
the mental psychosis. Yeah, that's true. And
and I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, men on average, I'm not saying all men, of course.
Yes,
we like to think long term. Majority of women, in my opinion, they don't think long term. They think about what's right here, right now, and whatever makes them feel good.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to answer that question, but I definitely know there's a nurture component to it.
So I definitely agree with that one because it's decades of feminism, radical feminism. Because if they always want to preach into their daughter's ear or any other young woman's ear, you don't need men. Men are obsolete. Men are this. Blah blah blah. Just do your own thing. Go work until you're 65. Go die in war.
Just be a shitty man, bro.
Yeah. Even though you literally can't keep up with us, go ahead and try to keep up with the man because that's what he's supposed to do as a empowered woman. Until she is infertile, yes. A woman that's going through enough stress, she can't have kids anymore. and then keep working until you're 65. No, fuck that. Keep working until you're beyond 65. Just keep working until you die. Yeah, feminism.
Yeah, keep working and pay our nice weekly social security, our benefits, etc., because we need the men to work, and that's why people say when men are walking away, it's detrimental to the females because there's no money coming back into their pockets from the men that do the hard work.
That's what you're saying, Nixon, but your stuff is messing up again.
God damn it!
Yeah, I
Trying
know
to
it's
silence
weird.
him.
It's weird. But vital message. You see where I'm coming from, though, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
How are you gonna fight so hard about a right to fucking die in war? Like, how fucking
that's
stupid can you
That's
be?
tough. And like, who would choose the career over a family?
Exactly. The fact that in modern day they are more loyal to their own boss and their own husbands.
The irony was that the career was supposed to make it so that you could support the family. The career wasn't the point.
Yeah, like most people work because they want to be able to pay for the things they want to do. Like even if they're like really good and passionate about their work, it becomes the same crap different day, unless like you have some like extraordinary day.
You
So,
monotonous?
Yeah, monotonous. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a good way to condense it. It becomes
Well,
you lose the novelty even if you like it, but then your family is always something you're worth. Your family and yourself is something worth building. It's
Well, this is why I'll never be a fan of marriage, at least not in the West, because their mentality is, "What's my money is my money. What's your money is my money." Why would I bust my ass for decades just for you? That's probably a single mother, or don't even respect me, are entitled to my decades of hard work.
well, I see it as like you're not doing a traditional marriage the way it is. You're doing a subscription based whoremongering thing pretty much with the government's the pimp. Like if you get split up, all those child support. I think I saw somewhere someone was mentioning that they're on child support like about like it was like 60 cents on the dollars going to the government out of the child support bucks.
Jesus.
Well, like I said before, right? And I will say it until I'm not on YouTube anymore. Modern women see marriage as a retirement pension. It is what it is. The traditional definition of marriage is dead. Okay. In today's age, it's a business.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it always should be a business, but like instead of building up a family, which is the original investment, you're just like you're feeding the system.
That is true, Vital Message. But before we continue, Vital Message, do you want to have any type of input of what we talked about so far, or what do you want to talk about?
I just stopped through, taking a little break. Saw you guys talking about the potential renaissance of like traditional
I think the
values.
Renaissance is going. It's happening right now because men in masses are like, holy shit! This whole time I'm been getting bamboozled. At least in Western countries, I've been getting bamboozled my whole life, and these modern women have no shame to the point where they're snitching on themselves on social media of how horrid their behavior and decisions are.
Yeah, yeah. This is the point where what we call the purple pill, where it's like blue pill mixing with the red pill, is like mainstream now. Like you'll go to a random barbershop and hear, yeah, she belonged to the streets or something like that. You'll hear little things like that from regular dudes or the bar or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely won't hesitate saying that in a heartbeat because, once again, you have these modern women, and there's recent clips from Poor Man Podcast. Shout out, mediocre tutorial and reviews. Another shout out of these women. They're really trying to downplay that they had a gangbang with a shit ton of men, and they also say that gonorrhea is blown out of proportion. They should destigmatize that because gonorrhea is no different than strep throat. This is 2022. I will
Ridiculous.
send you guys the video. It happened.
That's terrible.
See,
By the
the
way, do I
fact
sound
that
better?
they disgusted a pimp. A pimp was disgusted. Just put it out there.
Hey, pimps are clean. Let's not get.
They're just getting the bag.
But via message, I'm not going to keep you too long here. Before you
Yeah.
leave, what do you want to say to the Warband, if you have anything to say?
Just keep pumping out content. Keep you got something good going on. Building a strong community. I like the artwork, and I look forward to chatting to you guys later.
Hell yeah, my money's worth it. Okay. Talk to you later, man. And we definitely gotta schedule a future stream.
Absolutely. Cheers, man.
See you,
Peace
bro.
out.
Take it easy, brother.
All right.
Do I sound better, Yeetus? Do I sound better now?
Yeah, Nixon.
You sound much better. Yeah.
Man, I just put on my shitty $100 USB mic. I'm like, screw this. I'm mucking around with an $800 mic. It ain't working properly. I'm like, let's just go to the old faithful.
Yeah, it's definitely a connection issue. That's why we're getting all the stats.
Wait,
Yeah,
is your more expensive mic Bluetooth?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There might be something wrong with the mic.
And I think it's running OBS at the same time with StreamYards. Maybe it's conflicting. Who the hell knows? But I sound fantastic now. That's the main thing.
But I'm going to be adding the one, the only Lion of MGTOW. What's going on, man?
What's up, fam? How you doing?
Welcome.
Doing phenomenal. So, based on what we've been talking about today, right? What is your perspective on what I'm saying is, I believe that at least within the last 10 years and well into the future, there's a renaissance when it comes to men perceiving how relationships work.
Yes, I agree 100%. It is a renaissance in regards to how men see how relationships are working because let's be real, right now, relationships today are complete fucking shit shows.
I completely agree.
Amen to that.
Where they
I
even
buy that.
exist at all.
Yep.
Exactly.
Wait.
I mean, they're complete fucking shit shows. I mean, everything is at your expense, not hers.
Well, you see
Yeah.
the hysteria of these girls when you reject them? Holy shit.
Yes, and that's going to continue because a lot of these young men are mastering their luck out and perfecting it.
What'd you say, Gray?
Well, it goes even beyond that. It's not just that she's at your expense, but any friends she brings along are also expected to be at your expense.
Well,
It's like, bitch, this better turn into a threesome. Otherwise, she pays her own way.
Exactly.
but when it comes to Janet, because Lion of MGTOW, he's been alive longer than me, right? A lot longer than me. I'm not calling you old, Lion of MGTOW. Just putting it out there.
No, I'm not a graybeard just yet.
Okay.
I'm only 34.
All right, cool. Oh, damn. God damn. All right. I'm not that far away from you then. But the biggest thing is what happened in the 2010s, like let's say 2011 and 2012, up until now. Have you noticed a gigantic shift when it comes to dynamics of relationships?
Yes, I have seen a gigantic shift. I've also known that, like back in like the 2010s, white knighting was prevalent more back then, but today the white knighting has actually died down because a lot of these white knights and blue peelers, even though they disagree with the red pill, they understand that a lot of these troughs today really, a lot of them ain't worth a fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of shaming recently, right?
Yeah.
Not years ago, but recently, of men giving all this crazy attention to women that don't give a fuck about them in the first place.
Mhm.
You're like, oh, you a simp, right? So we have all this shaming for men, but I guess men are too afraid to shade these women. That's why I say that, hey, if you guys want to see who's truly in power, look at the group that everybody's afraid to criticize.
That's the classic Voltaire line, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Yep. And it very much is like that. You find yourself not in a panic, but you don't know whether you want to speak up or not, because if you speak up, they're going to come after you, and if you don't, then you lose out either way.
For me, I don't give a shit personally.
F the system.
Yeah, if the system wants to, I'm gonna dox you. Hey, do what you gotta do. But I guarantee you, I'm gonna go down the history books the right way. Guarantee, because once again, we've only been on this earth for how long? Was it Homo sapiens, right?
Um,
Little over 200,000 years.
yeah, 200. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, a little bit below that. I'm not sure. I think it's below.
And once again, based on what happened in Ukraine, clearly we can't outgrow our instincts
No,
when shit hits the fan.
So
So
how
exactly.
all
can you?
that feminist bullshit went out the window.
Exactly, and it will go out the window in the near future if the things continue the way they're going. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot worse in the U.S. because best believe the U.S. is the most informed. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there will be a lot of simps like ready to go to the rescue, but
but the
the
problem is,
masculine men. Oh,
yeah,
what you say, Lion McDowell?
yeah, but the problem is there aren't enough Sims to go around. I mean, they a lot of we're at a point right now where, like, yeah, sure, we have a lot of Sims, but for the most part, a lot of them are they're nugatory. They can't really like the burdens that they're gonna have to shoulder going forward when shit really goes sideways. They're not gonna be able to. It's gonna crush them.
I agree. What'd you say? Carry on, because you said you want to say something.
I didn't say anything. I forgot it probably if I even
I
said
thought it was
something.
you or somebody else.
No.
But the big thing is what I'm trying to say is I will never take feminism seriously, ever.
I don't
Ever.
take them. Yeah, me neither. I don't take them seriously neither because at this point, it's the refuge of sexual failures.
Exactly. How are you going to claim that you want to be equal to men to all aspects
Yeah,
when the barbarian is knocking on the gate?
yeah, they're equal. They're equal until it's time to pay for the food, or when there's a natural disaster, or when it's time to build a fucking house.
Which is why I
What?
say the pendulum. I think it was called Is it a pendulum?
Yeah,
Is
pendulum.
yeah, it's going to be swinging right back into the faces because let's say hypothetically we do have a shit hits the fan scenario. Do you know how many angry men will be walking around, or a lot of men that really don't care?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, a bunch of vengeful spirits.
Yep, just putting it out there. They
But
just
those guys are normally they're not gonna go after women most of the time. They'll mostly go after other men.
no, like once they hear like, oh, like help me, blah, 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 blah.
Well, they probably wouldn't help them, but they probably
No, no,
wouldn't like.
no. I agree. I'm saying like they, at least in the U.S., the men on average, they're definitely not going to help. No matter how much she's like, oh my god, I'm alone, I'm hungry, blah blah blah. Like,
No,
I'll give you some puniti,
no,
some
it's not.
fucking
Bro.
nasty
Oh no, it's not gonna help.
walking.
Oh
Yeah,
no, man. No, no.
I still don't trust. I still don't trust men. I find there's gonna be a lot of people go like, "Oh, you're gonna do the punini and get killed," and after she's gonna steal their food. I do
but
not
that's what I'm saying.
trust.
Carry on. And shit hits a fan scenario. You hear a woman screaming for help, right? Like not that far from here, and she's alone. Like I said in the last stream, actually, do you remember, Gray?
Hmm.
So last stream, I said, hey, men on average, they should know, but they don't. But the men that have common sense, that the fact that a woman is still around during the recent shit hits the fan, something ain't right. I will be looking over the horizon for a trap.
Yeah, but most guys aren't. Most people aren't smart. Most guys are too horny, so they're gonna fall for that
Yeah,
trap
I
most of
agree.
the time.
Yeah,
I agree
exactly.
because if you watch Mad Max or the Book of Eli, that's a amazing example of how. Because let's keep it real. If a woman is screaming for help, during the shit hits the fan, 99.99% chance she is not self-efficient. Somebody's helping her out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's always someone there to give her a hand, put that
Right.
IKEA table together, get her some food, do something around the house, just pay some bills half the time. It's like, why would anyone want to do that out of their own, like for their own dignity, for their own
Well,
like self?
well,
Greg got something to say. What's up?
yeah, slight difference. That's one thing. If it is an attractive woman screaming for help, sus as fuck.
Yes,
if it
damn
is
slave.
some 60-plus-year-old bat with one eye and half her teeth screaming for help, it might actually be legit, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I will never personally, when shit hits a fan, unless you're like immediate family or the Warband, I'm not gonna help you.
Nah, fuck it. If I see anyone help and ask for help, I ain't killing you. Do not ask for help. You are literally, let's be honest. If you ask for help in a situation that's really bad and you're screaming loud, even if I help you, you attracted the danger towards you and me now.
Yep.
I'm dead.
That's why when shit hits the fan, right? The best thing that she can even do is be quiet and give up the puniti if she has a chance to even survive.
Yeah.
If a
Well, that's
man's
what
I don't
willing
think at this
to,
point. Yeah.
That's what they used to do, man.
I'm saying like
That's what it was.
I
That's
agree,
the-
Nixon. If a man's willing to give up his resources and protection, if she behaves, all right, well, that's one thing. But she's like, oh, help me, blah blah. And she has still these radical feminist ideals. It's not going to end well for her.
No,
No,
that ain't
she's
gonna
not
fly.
gonna. No, like I see it like this. When shit really goes sideways, I don't think any man worth his salt will actually have the Punichi on his mind anyway, because the first thing that'll come to his mind is like, how do I get rid of this thirst or this hunger?
Yep, I was just about to say food,
Yeah,
water.
exactly. Because you'll die of thirst before you die of hunger, and
Mm.
exactly, it'll be so bad that the living will envy the dead.
Yeah,
What
but
did
how
I
many
say,
people?
Chad? What did I say, Chad? Before, you need to be able to go to the gym, get that workout in, and become fit eventually.
Yes,
Definitely go and learn some combative skills to
yes,
defend yourself.
and learn some field craft. Learn some field craft too. How well
I
is your field
agree.
craft, your bushcraft? Yeah.
I agree because once again, if shit does go crazy, you got to be able to expect for the worst that you're going to be on your own.
Yes, you have to know how to disappear, know how to get out of the city if you're in a city. But I'm not really in a city like that anyway.
Yeah, if somebody's still in the city, I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. This is like the worst time for you to be in the city.
Nah, man, stay in the city, man. Watch it burn down.
Not you don't watch a fire from the inside.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, with Putin has more arsenals of nuclear warheads in the U.S., and you really think that he won't be aiming at a major metropolis? You are delusional.
Do you know? I think
I-
I'm not sure what exactly it was, but one of my teachers told me like this nuclear test is like seeing if a nuke hit the city, any city, how much damage it would do. And I used the
The
largest.
nuclear warheads that the U.S. has
No.
is on average 20 times. I'm talking about the regular warheads, not the big warheads that the U.S. have. The regular warheads that we have is 20 times stronger than the nuke that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Oh no, I used Sasar bomber. I used like the biggest nuke in history to check. And if it landed
Okay.
in London, like directly central London, it would wipe out majority of London. And where my family lives, they would just get the sound waves, and it could destroy aerodromes. So most of London will be destroyed if a nuke actually hit.
I really
Star
do.
bomber.
I personally do believe that Putin won't go that far because he's more worried about his legacy than ending the world. I highly doubt he will go that far personally. I'm not saying that he's not capable of doing it, but he will bank on, hey, I'm gonna get some territories back for the Soviet Union, then ending everything and that's it. I don't see Putin doing that.
Okay, so all right, for reference, does 4.5 miles for kind of immediate damage sound reasonable, or is that a conservative estimate?
Oh, here we go. Okay. So you're talking about the Ukraine war?
And I'm just looking up some simple stuff about blast radius. The quickest number I found
Oh, you're
was
talking about the nukes?
yeah, like if a nuke drops 4.5 miles out, most residential building collapsed, nearly everyone injured, many casualties.
Yeah, no
Does that,
power.
I was thinking, does that sound reasonable for a modern nuke?
Mm, no nuke is reasonable, in my opinion.
No, I mean like is that comparable to what we could expect to be launched?
Yes, like
Okay,
tactical nukes in the sense of like the small ballistic missiles. That can be more recoverable than them using the SAR bomb.
so okay, realistically, like everyone, if you want to survive what is to come, you want to be at least 5, probably 10 miles away from the nearest power plant.
And on top of that, I am definitely far away from a freaking city.
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to be far from a city, but even in rural areas, power plants may be targets, especially nuclear power plants. So you want to be a decent distance away from any sort of infrastructure hub.
So once
And
again, gentlemen, it's all good if you want to donate to your boy Yeetus. Okay, that's one thing. But what's going on this year is, in the end, if you want to donate, that's cool. But if not, I don't give a shit. If you have to spend your money on non-perishable foods, stack the fuck up. Stack up. Because a lot of people can't comprehend of the possibility of food shortages in the West. Because it's going to happen. Because it doesn't help that the U.S. is struggling on hiring enough truckers. I'm just going out there.
Make sure you have a can opener.
Exactly. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, for me, I like to fast. I love fasting. So, in the end, I'll be able to last a lot longer than you guys. Not just the chat, but I'm talking about everybody else in general. I don't have to eat 10,000 calories. Okay, I can eat good enough, one meal a day. Shit, like one non-perishable item with some rice. Then I'm good. I bought a shit ton of rice. I bought a shit ton of beans. I just need to get a shit ton of canned, whatever it is, like vegetables, chili, all that stuff. Okay. Food is crucial. Okay. It is beyond crucial. Because once the logistics slows down, you're on your own. Am I wrong?
no.
Got a point.
You couldn't be more correct if you tried, honestly.
Yep.
You guys, like whoever's not taking it seriously, hey, good luck. But those who are, get as much non-perishable items as possible, just in case. I can't predict the future, but just in case.
Well, actually, I was telling brothers to fill their food pantries and stuff on Food and Water 2.5 years ago, even anyway. So, yeah.
I agree. I definitely agree. Because, once again, there's going to be a lot of people that will be going hungry and homeless. And there goes you that listen to what me and this panel has to say. And you be able to live somewhat comfortable for the next 6 to 12 months. I'm telling you right now, it's just not a joke. You really believe that food magically appears in the grocery store?
Nah, man, that's the thing people don't understand. That's the thing I've noticed with a lot of youngins these days and millennials and whatever. They think, well, if I run out of milk, I'll just go get it from the supermarket. It's like, you idiot. How do you think it gets to that supermarket for you to go out of your house and buy it? It doesn't just, no one, when Guardian Leviosa, some magic wand and bang, milk appears there. It's got to come from the farmers. They have to get the milk out and distribute it and cleanse it or whatever, and then they to the plant and whatever bullshit happens between. There is a process that happens. It doesn't just magically appear. This isn't magic. There is a process. That's why you have trucks. There's a sticker on the back of a lot of trucks in Sydney, at least. I don't know around the world, but it says, what is it? Was it something to the effect of like, without trucks, Australia stops. So you need those trucks in order to get everything happening. If trucks stop moving things from state to state or wherever they're going, you have no society, nothing will work on, no supplies get done, no medical, no food, no anything. So yes, you do need to have supply chain. If your supply chain buckles, is game over.
That's why I need trucker slaves. Just get trucker slaves with
Trucker
bombs
slave.
and
Okay.
yeah, bombs implanted in their necks. Like, hey, you got to be here on this time or something. Wait, they actually might do it. Don't do that. That was a joke. Please.
Don't listen to Crayon. Don't listen
Yeah,
to him.
yeah. I don't want to have
No,
my
but in all seriousness, though, I know there's a good amount of people that are oblivious to what's happening around the world.
I'm not.
But yeah, line mental, yeah, you probably heard everything that's happening before me. But in the end, once again, gentlemen, you need to understand the reality of the situation, right? Because majority of you guys are men. Nobody's gonna come help you when shit hits the fan. Okay. And then all these females that were ducking you and rejecting you and all that stuff. Well, what was that passage again? Isaiah 4:1?
And that Dave said a woman should take hold of one man, saying, "We will eat our own food," and like, and we're our own. She's like, "We will eat our own food, wear our own clothes. Just let us be called by your name. Take away our reproach."
Even if it's temporarily.
Hmm.
These women do that because, once again, I say that modern women are walking contradictions. Modern women are oxymorons. Okay.
Yep.
They're strong and independent victims. That's a
Exactly.
definition of an oxymoron. What'd you say, Lion McDowell?
Exactly. I mean, you got a lot of right now. A lot of trolls today say that there's, that they're boss bitches or they're bad bitches, and I laugh at that because like Cam Newton basically called them exactly what they say they were. I said he says like, yeah, a lot of women today say they're bad bitches. A lot of them they can't cook, they can't clean, they can't shut the fuck up, but they're bad bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I can cook my own food. My parents let me cook very well. I can do my own laundry. I can clean my fucking kitchen. I can clean my goddamn room. What
Yep.
can you give me besides that puniti that you probably gave to Chad and Tyrone multiple times for free?
Mind if I just address something from the chat real quick?
Which one?
Tavar Firestone, he's talking about automated driving trucks.
Oh, okay. They're not ahead enough.
No, not quite there yet.
Well, there's a couple things. Number one, you have variable weather conditions.
Yep.
Which, like, winter alone is enough to really screw with any existing navigation systems. And then you have various friction conditions that occur in rain. And that is under an ideal scenario. If you have an automated truck without a single human, then you have to deal with pirates. This isn't no Amazon drone where it's flying up in the sky and can barely be intercepted. No.
Oh, even
This is
those
a
are
big-
pirates.
That's the thing. There's pirates for even Amazon drones. But then you go on top of that, people will start robbing these trucks for food because they will be easy targets, and there's no way you're going to get a rapid police response.
But hey, give me a second. I can't say your name. Anufo? I can't say your name.
Anulfo la Antigua.
Okay, you guys are too worried about food shortages and bandits attacks, but you guys missed that most people will be dead around a few years from the thing. So, will be a lot of resources for the pure blood. See, that's being way too optimistic.
Yeah.
Exactly. You really don't know that. I mean,
You really don't know.
exactly.
Already farmers are being straight up told that if you want to keep your government subsidies, destroy your crops. They're going to make it so that if they do expect a large portion of the population to die for completely unknown reasons in the near future, there's still going to be supply shortages, and you're not going to be first in line.
Do you know how quick violent people can get just so they can get a can of food?
Bitch, we sort of a toilet paper.
And even if the resources are there, there's still the issue of distribution, and you don't control distribution.
Yeah.
People will kill you
Mm-hmm.
for
People
non
getting
for
People get in
non.
fights. Sorry,
It's
go ahead.
like there can be a shit
wait.
ton of food on the farms or in silos wasting away. If there isn't a truck taking that shit to your town, you don't get to see any of it.
Yeah,
What'd you
that's what I
say,
was saying.
Dex?
Yeah.
Is that people get in fights over fucking TVs at Walmart on Black Friday? You think people aren't going to fight each other over food and necessities?
Oh, they will to the death.
Oh, it's going to get back to savagery. It's going to get back to savagery. If it's survival of the fittest, then I don't care if you're my neighbor, you're my friend, you are going to battle it out for that last stake there. At least you can say you outlived the person before you.
Because, like I said before, and I say it again and again and again, whenever something catastrophic happens in society, men and women, they revert back to their original roles. What's a good example, Sir Yeetus? I'll tell you. Ukraine and Venezuela.
Hmm.
Let me know if I'm wrong.
Not
The
wrong.
ladies, yeah.
I don't think I'm wrong. it's a perfect example.
As we said, the whole feminist narrative about the strong, independent women shit goes right out the window. Yeah, as we saw in Ukraine, not a single woman is staying behind. They get to leave. The men have to stay.
Not none in the Transformers XY in disguise. He was forced to stay, even though he identified as a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, it was on his paper, right?
I forgot his name, but I swore he had like blonde hair and all that stuff.
No, I don't know the person's name. I just know.
No. But he was not allowed to leave personally because what he showed on his ID that he was a dude, and Ukraine's like, what the fuck? Like, nah, grab a weapon.
Can I point something out real quick?
What's up, Nixon?
A comment in the chat from Jonathan Ryan, the Bear Grylls Island show. I think Before You Sleep did a video on this a couple of years ago. It actually showed the men and the women trying to survive, and the men just obviously they absolutely killed it, and the ladies couldn't do much ado about nothing. So
2
yeah,
to 3
when it comes
days
to
before they could even find the coastline on it.
that's the one. That's the one.
Well,
They-
I can
they-
do my own commentary on that personally because I know Think Before You Sleep, he was being pretty clean about that. I don't blame him, but I believe that I'll be more raw when it comes to that.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
he very much does try to play nice with YouTube, and hey, he makes it work for him. So
Oh, definitely.
no
He's-
disrespect, man.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal YouTuber. I've been subscribed to him since 20,000 subs.
Yep.
He fucking deserves it, man. Like the fact that he's able to articulate and take his time putting his videos together to make it make sense. I commend that because half the time I'm winging it. I'm just winging this shit. Like
That's
there's
That's
no
raw.
plan.
That's raw.
Yeah, it is raw. That's what I'm saying. Like I will have a more raw perspective than Think Before You Sleep. And once again, no hate. I love the guy. I listen to his channel all the time.
Ian Blades, I do highly recommend you look at the channel, but the forest that they were left in the center of was large enough that it took a couple hours of straight walking to get out. So it is entirely reasonable to expect people with no solid leadership to get turned around and walk in circles.
Yeah.
Exactly. So before we continue, I'm gonna do my last show. If you guys want to support your boy Siri Yeetus and the Warband, go ahead and click on the link that I pinned on top of the chat and donate to paypal.me/Siri Yeetus or Cash App/Siri Yeetus. You guys see the GIF? You guys see that? That's because of you guys' money. That's the money that you guys donated. All right. And I'm not stopping here. I'm going to still continue to try to improve the product along with Gray. Gray's been helping me out a lot. All money will be appreciated to help the Warband. Thank you very much. So when it comes to in my opinion, the renaissance of 2020s, how do you think that's going to end up in the future great? Let's say there was no major war, no World War III, and all that stuff. It was just us talking our stuff.
Well,
Last few
we're going to
years.
right. Well, what we're going to see is we're going to see a very different kind of inequality spread throughout. And I think it's going to be fascinating for the results because over time we're going to see like-minded men start to actually be able to talk to each other and band together and have the resources to pool together. Like right now, we're already seeing a small parallel economy within this manosphere, for lack of a better term, between men who are really vetting each other. And these same men are taking more minimalistic lifestyles and not contributing to the government at large or the major corporations at large. I think that we can expect to see that expand and more private projects be funded. So there's a lot of interesting stuff that's going to happen in that. The real question that I'd wonder is how far this is going to be able to expand in a more practical manner. Because the biggest disadvantage is that it's going to be a lot of very small, isolated groups that can somewhat easily be either infiltrated by highly intelligent people that wish them harm or straight up attacked by outside forces.
So here's the big thing, though, right? Right now, in the current society we're living in today, what do you think is going to happen within the 5 to 10 years when it comes to dynamics of relationships? I know it's a broad question, but
I see men in larger and larger numbers will see the value of their time, money, and attention, and really see the merit in long-term planning and rewards, because they will see very visibly the suffering of all their contemporaries who do not practice such measures.
Okay, Line of MGTOW. Based on what's happening in society today, right now, what is your prediction for the next 5 or 10 years?
Well, I'd say that relationships will be completely different, or if not non-existent. I think the intelligent ones or the demented creatures in high places are going to continue to push censorship because too many, like a sizable portion of men have already left the plantation, and a lot of these broke single mothers and a lot of these ditch pigs can't find a pet wallet. So, yeah, I think what you're going to see is more censorship, and just relationships are just going to be completely different. It's going to be probably even more insane than it is right now. Like the delusion will increase, and more men will just go gold, just disappear.
All right. Okay, Nixon, you're up next. What do you believe, based on our the current dating market, what's going to happen within 5 to 10 years?
I think definitely there is a trend where ladies, especially in their 30s now, if they've been single for a long time, they're starting to look at the men out there. It's like, okay, where am I going to find the man that I want to, quote unquote, spend the rest of my life with, or until I decide otherwise? Where are they going to find them? If they're constantly going out nonstop, that's probably not a female that a man probably wants to settle with if he chooses to. The other thing is as well, the ladies that are chasing the men, are those men going to want them back? Because as we've discussed, and for many months and years now, if you don't want to be involved in something, you just don't participate. If you're not participating, well, then the people that are meant to be latching on or taking off of you, they got nothing to go off, so they slowly die off as well. And it's that like you said before, there's box wine, cats. Hell, I've seen ladies with dogs and they treat them like their own babies, like surrogate children in a way. And you see a lot of that more these days, man. So you get that. Yeah.
What
It's
type
a
of
thing.
ladies were they? Let's just be safe, right?
Well, this is the thing that I know one in particular. She's fairly attractive. She's in her mid to late 30s, and she's one of those pickies can't find the right man, always happens to find the dicks, and there's no one to really look after me, etc., etc. And I say to her, I go, you are a reflection of what you attract. If you want to attract X man, you don't go and be Y woman. You need to be what the man is looking for. If you want a businessman, you don't go to a nightclub to find a businessman type.
But
So
you already know it's all based on how she feels.
exactly, and that's the thing. It's how they feel in the moment, and that's the thing. It's that feel. What they feel 5 minutes now is not what they're gonna feel 5 minutes from now.
I definitely agree with that one. Lion MGTOW, you're about to say something, or
No, that was me.
you're good? Okay. See, the biggest thing when it comes to this situation is, I really do believe we're still in the process of this. In my opinion, the modern renaissance. Men, all this time. I know there was Chad and Tyrone's all these years, right, since the dawn of humanity. But in today's age, within the last 10 years, a lot of men throughout all backgrounds, ethnicities, religion, whatever it is, they realize like, oh shit, all women are like that. And we're not done yet. We're not done. But I believe eventually, by the time it's 2030, if these women really truly believe that they don't need men, the U.S. will start to become very similar to Japan, where men, they don't even try. They just do their own thing, play video games, and marry their waifus, like digital waifus.
Ah, that's another thing as well. Actually, they are actually making. I read about this. I think I might have done a video on it. It's like a digital companion. Like you can have your own girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, and it's sort of like responsive to you in a way. And you talk to it, you message it, and it responds back to you as though it's a human being. Like, how are you today? I'm not feeling so good. Why aren't you feeling so good? Maybe I can help you out. Maybe I can make you feel better, etc., etc. And it's almost like it's moving on towards the whole reprogramming in a way, because if you've got people that are so adverse to going out in public and communicating with other human beings, they're going to lose that social aspect of being a human being. So they're going to be reliant on their phone or whatever device they're going to be using, and they're going to almost do what that device tells them to in order to get what they want from said AI, let's just call it that. And the way they do that is by telling them, well, if you vote for XYZ, then I'll give you this in return, sort of a thing. It sounds ludicrous. I know it sounds ridiculous, but if you think about it like the whole Blade Runner aspect, like the Blade Runner Part 2, where they have that digital girlfriend type of thing, just imagine that in 5 or 10 years' time. A lot of men, even women, will not even think about having actual human relationships.
I agree. That's going to be my next topic tomorrow. I would love to have a family and kids, but I just can't. I can't. And I'll be able to explain that in my live stream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us would love to have family and kids, but marriage should become a funeral with cake. I mean, yeah, I'd love to have a son, raise him to be a man and a half, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Especially in today's day and age, so with society and don't get me wrong, what's happening recently. We're gonna have to talk about that another time. We can't talk about this right now because with a lot of people being called out, talking to grade schoolers about their sexual preferences.
Well,
yeah,
that's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, we can't go into it. Not right now, but best believe I will. If not here, Odyssey, I'm about to go the fuck off. Like,
exactly.
So fucking disgusting.
Oh
yeah. It's disgusting, but that's what their end game was all along.
yeah. No, it's funny. We can no longer call the slippery slope a fallacy.
That was their. That's what they're basically. That's what they were gunning for the oldest time, anyway. Like they joke about it in their movies, their comedy movies. If you ever watched a National Lampoon European Vacation, there was a particular scene towards the beginning of it where they hinted at it. So yeah, they were playing. They've been playing this for a long time.
That's a good
But-
topic, man. Are movies actually there to entertain us, or are they there to sort of like break us into what's to come? Like when you think about it, everyone laughed at Skynet, for example. You know, the machines will take over. Look at where we are right now. If a network crashes, everything sort of turns to shit.
Mhm.
You've discovered, handheld devices talking through, port devices to someone across the world. In the 70s and the 80s, even before the 60s, that was all science fiction. That was never to be believed, but now it's literally how we live our lives. So that's how I think about it as well. Are movies there to entertain, or are they sort of like giving us a little bit of truth? And so when it actually happens, you don't actually have that surprise factor about it.
It's a hint of it's a hint of truth. I mean, but yeah, a lot of it is still it's fiction, but with a hint of truth. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Definitely
Yes.
worth discussing in depth because there is a lot on that topic.
Yeah.
Not right now.
I'll save
I'm
my
starving.
I'll save my thoughts on some movie stuff for later. But
We
Yeah.
can definitely do a part 2 on this.
yeah, no, like
Oh,
seriously, y'all. Yeetus is giving up his favorite fucking food for this stream, so y'all better be grateful.
Seriously.
Yo, chicken wings?
We's gonna have them chili dogs.
Just because I'm black doesn't mean I like chicken wings.
I was gonna say that's stereotypical, you bastard.
Damn, carry on, you racist fuck.
Hey, you're a white skeleton. You don't
So you're gonna
count.
have some.
God
Oh, here
damn.
we go again.
You're gonna have some. You're gonna have some. You can have some lamb.
I'm
lamb
sorry,
chops
not
steak.
not chicken wings. Let me talk about watermelons.
I saw that one coming.
Look at this racist white skeleton.
How am I? You the one that's bringing up chicken wings. You know what skin color I am. Carry on.
I know. Yeah, you're white with
Chicken
green
wings.
flings.
You gonna eat some chicken wings? Don't forget about the flats. The flats is his favorite part.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. I'm not American, so I don't have
Oh
like.
yeah. Don't give me that. Just
Oh,
because you're a different nationality, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
that's funny. That is funny.
Yes.
But carry on. I'm fucking around.
I know.
I prefer
So-
steak. I prefer steak. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm thinking about getting a Wagyu steak very soon.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know it's very fucking expensive. I could get the American Wagyu, but no, I want that like
Japanese.
straight from Japan. A5. Give me like a month or two, and I can definitely, show a cooking process of what I do. I think that would be pretty fun. Yeah, I'll be able to record, fucking up a $200 steak.
That would be something.
You can at least say you tried.
I can at least say no. Honestly, I'll be beyond furious. Not gonna lie. But we can definitely do part 2 on this. But I am definitely starved right now. Jesus Christ. Before I leave, once again, go ahead and donate to PayPal.me/Sir Yeetus or Cash App/Sir Yeetus if you want to support the Warband, because we're only getting started. Okay. Ribby, he's close to 100,000 subscribers. He's
Y'all
that
better
close.
make 10. Y'all better make 10 alt accounts and subscribe right fucking now.
Because how much you want to bet that his account will be eaten very soon?
Yeah. At the rate he's growing, and then the content he's putting up, those 20-30 second shorts, man, they're doing the business. I saw one just before, man. What did it have?
Come on,
like
man. We got to get at least
20,000 views.
we got to get at least one silver play button from Susan so that we can film Chronic melting it down.
Well, he got a guy with 400,000 subs talking shit about him.
Oh, really?
If you know
Who's
who you
that?
talk, no, you don't know?
Maybe
Was
I
this
do.
the
I just
one
can't
Chronic
remember
was
right now.
covering in one of his recent streams?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I watched that. Yeah.
Right, he literally, I don't know if that was a dude or a girl.
I think it was a guy.
It was a
The-
guy.
the-
Had the keyboard in front of him and everything. Had a play button plaque as well, I think.
Ribby's gonna be the first one to hit 100K. We're gonna have a gigantic celebration. Not only with the 100K celebration. I plan on having a celebration sometime this week or next week of hitting 100 live streams. Chat,
Nice.
if you understand, do you know how much time 100 live streams is? Just putting out there. 100 live streams. Fuck.
Couple weeks, I would guess.
Honestly,
That's
Would I
Would I
probably
do
way
do- basically a
would I
third
do
of a-
another?
That's like a third of a year.
That's
was way
what I'm
off.
saying. I've been doing it since August of last year. August.
Like seriously, if you assume like an average of 2.5 hours per live stream,
Mm.
No, I'm serious. Like, don't get me wrong. Once I take, because I do plan on taking a break. Besides Elden Ring and shorts, I'm still gonna give you guys shorts. Don't get me wrong, but I'm taking a big break from live streams once I hit 100. Because that's
Yeah,
a
it's like
lot of time.
300 hours or something like that.
Shit.
Give it on average. If you run 3 hours a stream, 100 streams, you got 300 hours in the bank.
30 days. So
I
yeah,
will
that's
say
like
on
over
average-
a month solid of just live stream. You could literally listen to Yeetus for the next month solid.
So let's say on average 2 hours, 30. So I would say 600 hours at least. 600 hours of live
Damn.
It's a long time.
Wait, why did he leave?
Ah,
Wait. Everybody, calm down. The one, the only, Manic, the Manic Mechanic. What's going on?
The man himself.
How's life, Manic? What's going on?
Bro, it's going good.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You got a lot of optimistic sayings right now. Because usually I'm very pessimistic. So I definitely like what you're saying.
I mean, isn't everybody else in the Warband besides me pessimistic?
I don't know. I don't think Rishi's pessimistic.
Yeah, Rishi's a stream that he seems happy on the outside, but he is like he go crazy. I don't know if it's
man, Rishi's too good, man. Rishi's chill streams have been entertaining me every afternoon from work. You just sit there, just like, yeah, I don't know.
But hey,
Yeah.
Dom,
Love it.
Yeetus streams every day. Honestly, the only reason I stream every day because I literally had the goal of hitting 100 streams. Like I yeeted very quickly past Under Chronic. Even though Under Chronic, he is definitely more popular and more secluded with his live streams. I feel more comfortable with live streams.
Yeah, something about a live stream. You have a set plan and you can go out and execute the plan. Whereas if you're doing something off the cuff, you either have to have at least an idea of what you're going to say, record it, then edit it down if you're not going to go off a script. And sometimes you get more organic reach with the live stream, and you just delve into different topics as opposed to the box that you'd be in if you're going to make a 10-minute video specifically on one topic.
I agree, Nixon. And biggest issue, Manic.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you do live streams?
Yeah.
doesn't he?
No, he does. He does premieres.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a middle ground, but I do live streams, just not all too often because
When are you gonna finish security
Okay,
breach,
you do live streams. you do live streams of video games, yes, but I'm talking about your podcast.
because
Are you going to do a pod? What's
the
up?
podcast is edited.
Well, are you going to do a podcast in the future that's live? Like,
So we just did our 19th episode. That was pretty big. I'm thinking for our 20th episode, it's either just straight up live or it's just a compilation of the funniest moments from the previous 19 episodes.
okay, because I was I was beyond annoyed that I couldn't put my input on The Last of Us Part 2.
I mean, you could.
I was annoyed. I was beyond annoyed. I'm like, man, like if this was live, I would be fucking everything up. Yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 is ass. But I had a different perspective compared to the rest of your cast. So I just wish that at least in the future, if you're going to be doing the 20th episode, you definitely do live streams. I believe that you do a lot better with live streams because I know how hyped you get.
Yeah, thing is, sometimes we just diverge from the topic too greatly, and somebody just might stutter too much filler words, so we just cut those out and edit it before posting it.
Oh, it's not that bad. Like, hey, we do it here all the time. Like, we
No,
go from
you do that. Don't
Wait,
put me in the same category.
we carry
No,
on.
leave-
You did it before. Don't even give me that
leave me out of
shit.
this.
I said I was doing a
You
you.
did
I
it
said that.
before.
Yeah, I was doing a you. I
You
didn't
did-
know
no.
the word.
What are we doing? Me? You fuck. Hey, take accountability, motherfucker.
I did.
No, you
Wait.
didn't. You said I'm doing it. You. What the fuck was that? Okay.
The banter.
I am so
It's
thankful
Tom-
I do not have to edit these live streams. for
Like
fuck's
I'm
sake.
doing you. What you mean? That is no. Take accountability, carry on. But in all seriousness, though, when it comes to doing your live streams and stuff, hey, you know, we go off topic all the time. Like hell, I'm sure you know, Manic. We go from talking about these bitches ain't shit to fucking oranges. Like, why are we talking about oranges, bro? Like,
yeah. Did you hear producer Tim got the final word in that podcast episode?
in your
Yeah,
podcast?
yeah. In my podcast that premiered today,
Oh, what'd you say?
he was just like, "Rishi is not a real mushroom."
Oh my god,
Wow.
he's never gonna let that go.
Wow.
Well,
What?
at least it's against like Rishi.
Yeah, and by the way, Rishi was in the podcast at that time, but the command, the bot just left the chat. He stopped recording
What?
at that right after he said that. Rishi had no chance to respond.
What the
Nah,
fuck?
man.
Okay, Manic. One last question. Do you guys plan on recording another episode of the Lego Star Wars?
I need to get Rishi on that. I'm thinking it's either going to be Rishi or somebody else. I'm not sure. And also, I
Hey.
need to find a good time.
I'm down.
All
Fuck
right,
it.
all right.
Hey, I'm gonna try my best and not curse. I'm gonna try right now. Yeah, but Gray already knows, right? I like to curse a lot in games. But yeah, I'll do my best to censor myself. If you do need a partner to start yeeting Chewbacca's and shit.
Yeah, because we will be going through the original trilogy next.
I wonder what's gonna make you just curse more, Lego Star Wars or Elden Ring.
Oh, great! Hey, the second and chat. Just to let you know, the second episode is coming out soon. Gray is just working pretty hard to make sure it's top quality. I curse a lot. I do. It just come natural to me. You know, imagine being raised in an era of Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black. Imagine that era. Okay, that's where I get my shit from. All right, I'm not cursing for no reason. This is my culture.
Don't
Okay,
get me
this is.
started on the Halo 3 days, man. Oh, God,
Oh
Xbox Live.
my god,
Xbox
2007.
Live.
2007.
Oh, dude.
Oh man. See. Even though I'm older than you guys, right? You guys want to call me old man. You guys don't know about the good times. You guys have no idea. None. Because at least we're able to be toxic, unlike you guys.
There's a reason why they say if you survive the Modern Warfare 2 chat, you are okay.
Bro, that was bad. I was like 14 or 15 years old.
Oh, dude.
That was bad.
I would have been a squeaker at that time.
It was 2007. I was 19. Wow, way back when.
And I already
Bro.
explained to you Manic, right? Where no, I think I don't know if I told you that, but I played my first Call of Duty game, Call of Duty 4 in 2007. You know, I was around 11 years old, I think it was. And I was like, you know, very first online game, legit, very first online game. And the first thing I heard was, "Shut the fuck up, you squeaker, kill yourself." I was like, what the fuck?
Bruh.
Classic.
That was the beginning of the end of Sir Yeetus.
That
I
His
was-
mouth was never the
Yeetus.
same.
I was like, I'm
The
a
chat- the
kid.
chat
How you gonna
red-pilled
tell a kid to do that? Like, what the fuck? Oh, see, look, I'm not alone. See,
Yep.
I'm
The
I
youngsters,
was
man.
11.
Man. It's like watching Scarface for the first time at like the age of 10 after it got released, man. You were exposed to some shit. That chainsaw scene, it was like equivalent to someone telling you to like end yourself in chat. And you're like, now you're just like, yeah, whatever, man. You go toss off from your own tears in your bedroom, man. Piss off, leave me alone.
Say goodnight to the bad guy.
Man, those chats back in those days, you used to actually just to hear what was going on there. I wish they have chat logs of those. If they just released like the whole MP3 files, anything or everything that was recorded, and just listen to the absolute vitriol, hate, cussing, swearing, insults, non-stop, left, right, and center being thrown at one another. Man, those were the days.
Free Ross, you're not that young. You're not that young, Free Ross. You're not that. Don't fuck with me. You're not that young.
I mean, that'd be like what, early 20s?
Yeah.
Manic, don't fuck with me. You're not that. Oh my god.
Yeah, he is.
Oh no. Oh, Free Ross, come on, bro. Oh my god.
Like I was 7 when that happened, so
how am I going to have a midlife crisis right now? Okay.
I told you how old he is.
You're not alone.
Hold on,
Christ.
Don't worry, Yeet. Just talk to me. You'll feel young again.
But in all seriousness, though, when it comes to the video game lobbies, that's one aspect where I feel we had a big mistake on trying to censor everybody and have everybody feel good. Well, except for the feminists. The feminists can say whatever they want, but everybody else, you know, you gotta be careful what you say if you don't want to be banned from your video game or be canceled in real life.
Yeah,
I mean,
I situation.
I'm not too familiar with like online games, like, you know, back in the day, but I'm pretty sure there weren't that many like censorship efforts other than just like starring out curse words in chat.
No, I was talking about today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Today. Okay. Yeah. This is I have said I actually wrote a script on this. I have yet to release, but with the Elon Musk stuff, I might have to revive the script. Manic,
let's keep it real. You probably would not like me, and I probably would not like you if you were in the Modern Warfare 2. It would be a screaming match. Like,
oh yeah,
it would be very bad. And Nixon would probably jump in out of nowhere.
I most likely. For the most part, I played that split screen with my homies.
Yes. Oh my god, bro! Do you know how much I miss split screen? I fucking miss split screen so much because they can't hide behind a fucking mic. They're right in front of you. You can talk shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, good time.
I bet you played GoldenEye back in the day, didn't you, Yeetus?
Yep,
I was
and
just
I
about to
kept
say
getting yeeted by the golden gun. Yeah, yeah.
I was just about to say that split screen GoldenEye, man.
Me and my childhood friends on the N64. Holy hell, that game tore us apart.
Yes, LAN parties is where it's at. Whether it's the console, whether it's the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP.
Man, you got to go back to Counter-Strike LAN parties.
That was my older brother. I've been hearing my older brother raging when I was younger.
From that Counter-Strike period, man, that 14, 15, man, in computing studies in high school, teachers gone out for like 20 minutes. Yeah, cool, man. Everyone alt-tab, go, you open up Counter-Strike. Everyone's playing Counter-Strike with one another in the computer lab, man. That was fun.
That was my older, like, he's around the same age as you. So,
yeah,
definitely my older brothers. Like, don't get me wrong. I've been hearing him down in the basement or in another room just fucking raging. If it's not Counter-Strike, it was League of Legends.
Yeah, man. Even just going to like internet cafes, man. Like just go to when internet cafes were a thing, you'd go there with your friends and there'll be 3-4 of yous on a station and you're just playing you're on the same team and then you're playing against some other dude somewhere across the world and you're just having the time of your life, man. Like,
but here's the big thing. Are you allowed to rage in the cafe?
Oh, yeah, there probably definitely was. 100% there would have definitely been, depending on your temperament and what you were like in gaming. If you did it for recreation, I don't think there would have been a problem. But if you were someone who took it seriously, that's now into like esports, that's where you probably would be thinking to yourself, okay, I need to be a little bit more controlled and calm. I can't be raging, smashing keyboards and throwing monitors all over the place. You can't be doing that stuff. And break your own keyboards inside your own house.
Well, I broke my controller a few times, but yeah, I won't broke my keyboard. But Greg, Carry On, Dax, Manic, have you
Yeah.
guys went through a rage moment when it comes to video games?
Oh, plenty.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried to kill my brother once, but that's a whole different story.
What the
Jesus,
fuck?
man.
Hey, yo, that went left field very quickly.
I'm not playing games with you, dude.
I was
Wait,
like, I
but
was
why?
7 or 8.
Why?
Okay, we were playing this game, and he picked like one of the worst characters that I thought was the worst character, and I picked one like my best character, and I lost. And he was annoying. The character was like a far range guy, and it's like, oh,
Was this
So
a
I lost.
fighting game or?
yeah, it was a fighting game. I
Oh.
got pissed off, and after he kept on playing, I was like, I just sat there, and he made a dumbass face. I was like, I'm gonna kill you.
The
yeah.
smugness.
It was like when I was 7 or 6, so I haven't been like that since those.
Oh yeah, no. Worst gamer rage I had ended with both me and my brother having scars to this day.
All right. Should I say mine now?
Come on, Nick.
All right. So this is 2017 Fortnite. All right. Season 1, I believe. That or season 2. I don't quite remember. This is before I got a win. This is before this is when wins meant something. All right. So we're at the prison, right? And it's like final circle. There's like 2 people left other than me. You know, I kill the other guy, and then I have a rocket launcher. I'm on Xbox, by the way, and I shoot the rocket like down on him, but we're kind of close, and it splashes back on me, and I died. I yelled so hard, bro, that the cops came. Like
What?
I think the neighbors thought I was getting beat.
Oh,
Wow.
I whipped my controller across the room. Long story. But what'd you say, Nixon?
No, I was gonna say, man, that's extreme for you to be yelling that hard at a video game for the neighbors to think something's going on to you, man. That would have been something.
Hey,
Oh, dude.
some things are very passionate. Like,
Yeah, that was the only time it like got like autistic levels of screeching.
yeah, I don't like losing. I hate people saying, "Oh, no, you lost." You know, don't make a big deal. I don't give a fuck. Like literally, I'm like Michael Jordan
Competitive.
of losing. Fuck
And I
that.
took that personally.
Thank you. See, you said the meme. I
know
literally
exactly.
take it beyond personally. Like I remember, and I'm glad that I have an older sibling that beat me over and over and over and over and over and over again in Call of Duty 4 until eventually I was able to beat him.
See, this is the thing. I suck at Call of Duty. We played Call of Duty when COVID hit, when everyone was locked down. So everyone started getting Warzone. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's all get Call of Duty. Let's go on. I suck. I love playing campaigns. I love playing the story. I can't do online player stuff. It's just not me. But I would always be the first person killed, and I just would not give a shit. Everyone else in my team, my friends that would get killed, they would be cursing. I'm just like, I just don't care enough.
Well, you're helping the enemy win. You know that, right?
I sucked, but I played. I'm like, yeah, I'll join in. Let's go.
But I agree.
Never
Like
could've.
for me, my ritual, at least with Call of Duty, because I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 3. I play the campaign first, then I play multiplayer. So I agree with what you're saying, Nixon. Every single Call of Duty I played except for Vanguard, because I've heard bad things about Vanguard.
Mm.
I play campaign, then multiplayer. Because in my opinion, you'll get a shit ton of practice playing campaign.
Yeah, I don't even finish the campaign from the last Call of Duty. I might need to continue and get in on that, man. It might be giving me something to do this weekend since I've got 3 days at home now.
Or you can play with your boy and Manic.
Could do that. Could do. I
I
mean,
mean, seriously,
I
you can get more Elden Ring videos for me to edit.
Oh yeah, Elden Ring, yeah. Yeah,
That's
but-
rage inducing right there, is Elden Ring.
No, it's up to 4 people, right, that can join.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you do have, if you're able to get Elden Ring, if you want to join us, because it's open world.
I've never been a fan of the open world platform or the MMORPG types. It was just never my thing. I'm more of a sports. Play FIFA, play NBA,
Oh,
play
you got
action game.
the newest NBA? Come on, bro.
Nah, I haven't got it. Like
Oh.
that's the thing. Since the last 2 years, I have not purchased a video game or anything. Not even a digital download. So my PS4. I was planning to get on PS5. Didn't even get a PS5. So I've just been slaving on the PS4. Turned it on the other day. Surprisingly, it still works with all the dust that is picked up. So I might need to get some games, or maybe just drop it on the PC.
So here's the big thing. Who's your favorite team from Madden?
My brother-in-law is the NFL buff, not me. So I don't have a team. He follows the Colts for some reason. I don't know why.
God damn it.
I don't know why. He loves the Colts. I have no idea why. I'm like, dude, Johnny Unitas is long gone, bruv. Get over it.
No disrespect, but fuck the Colts.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know, so I don't care.
Okay, just making. But what about FIFA? Who's your favorite team in FIFA?
I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm a Liverpool Red. I'm a Scouser. So.
What? No, Manchester?
Nah, man. Who?
United? Nah, man. Liverpool.
No,
you guys.
no Madrid.
Hell no, Madrid. But hey, man, we might see them in the Champions League final again, man. That's looking a little bit tasty now with the draws happening. Man City versus Madrid, and then we got Villarreal. So it could be all
I
English
was
final.
told there was a game today with Manchester. I think it was Manchester or Madrid.
Which Manchester?
I don't know. I'm not too good with soccer teams.
Oh,
I'm way
Man
more
City
better with
after
NFL
Man
teams.
United.
No, I'm just saying, like, I got friends that are way better, like, invested in soccer, but I more.
We're not gonna hold against your Americans, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Man. It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
What?
Okay.
It's like me asking me to know like football
where's
stuff.
that same energy with Nixon? He doesn't know about NFL teams.
He's Australian. He knows about football and.
But I'm American.
Football. Yeah, you guys only know about your type of sports. You guys are insular when it comes to
What's
sports.
that same man? Why didn't you go after Nixon?
Because he knows about everything. Australians play Ascot and your
Here we
football.
go.
Really.
Yeetus.
Not really.
Here we
Not
go.
really.
Here we go. Here
We
we go.
have
Here
a
we
big
go.
boy.
He said it, not
what?
me.
Wait, what happened?
We have a big boy in the back room.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh
It's
my
called-
bad, y'all. The one, the only. Undead Chronic.
Called it.
Yo, what the fuck?
Someone's gonna call the cops on him now.
I almost had a seizure. I was like,
I love myself some bacon. But I only got a minute. So, what do you want me to give a very controversial take on? What do we
okay, so when it comes to the
Renaissance.
topic today, right? I
Okay.
say that, and you're a big contributor to this, actually, Chronic. I personally believe that there's a renaissance happening again, at least with the dynamics of relationships and dating.
I mean, is it a renaissance or is it like the Huns coming in taking what they fucking want? Because these entitled bitches are screaming that their castles are being torn down.
Well, not just that, but when it comes to we'll be able to give this type of information to men on a massive scale.
I mean, look, go to the biggest Christian YouTube channels. None of them are saying no hymen, no diamond. None of them. Nobody's saying this shit. Except
agree.
us. Except us.
No, so I agree, but what I'm saying is, in general, nobody in the human history in general never had to deal with social media and all this other crazy shit today. So how men adapt, right? We'd be able to say, hey, yo, this shit ain't right. This shit is unfair. And I with you on that Chronic, with the Warband saying no harm, no diamond, and hammer hand and all that stuff, I do believe that we're still in the midst of the renaissance of how men perceive relationships. I think it's a rebirth of, hey, maybe these model women or women in general, they're not as pure or holy as they claim to be.
Well, let me leave it like this. Because leftoids, cuckoids, simpoids, feminists, bitches, ladies who can't go roller skating because their loose puniti lips go down to their ankles and they'll trip over themselves at skate rinks. All of them, they hate it. These men have a porn addiction. These men are addicted to porn. Pornography is why I can't get Chad. Let me respond with this. If she has more than 2 social media accounts, she's basically a porn addict. Social media is pornography for women. Attention is pornography for women, and it ruins them permanently.
Agreed.
At least you could take a tea break from porn, but these bitches will never give up attention.
Yep.
Yeet, yeet, chronic out, punyate.
And just like that.
Truly the Savonarola of our generation.
So what I
He's
tell
got
you,
a- he's got a point.
chat,
He's got a
what I
point.
tell you, she just appears and leaves. He's like a fucking ninja. All right, he just here, spit his sermon, and he's out. Finding the nearest goth bitch.
Okay, all
He's
you
out
who
there.
are Renaissance buffs will find that Savonarola joke hilarious.
Well, okay. So I forgot where we left off. I really did.
I
What
remember
about watermelons?
Yelling.
Yeah,
What
you're
a-
talking about Madden
watermelons
or FIFA.
Oh, FIFA, yeah. So when it comes to me not knowing much about FIFA, I know the basic knowledge. Okay, like I don't know too much about the soccer world besides the FIFA, not FIFA, the World Cup or Ronaldo or Messi and this other guy, but the world famous like soccer players. But when it comes to football, Nixon, who do you know about the NFL? Who's the famous people in the NFL?
Oh man, it's all about Dan Maroon and John Elway, man. They're the best.
I'm
That's a
gonna
joke, by the way.
ignore
That's
that.
a joke. That's a joke.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm gonna ignore that very quickly.
That's a joke. Nah, man. Look, you had like Manning is still in and out. I mean, you know what? Didn't they win the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, whatever it was?
Manning?
Yeah, wasn't it?
Which one, Eli or?
The one that's still playing.
I
Eli.
think
it's
both
Eli.
of them are retired.
Or the one that said he was retired, then he's like he spent a week at home with his family and he said, "Screw this, I'm going back to playing NFL."
Oh,
NFL.
Tom
That's Tom
Brady?
Brady.
Sorry, Brady,
Oh,
not
Tom
Brady.
Brady.
Sorry.
I was so confused.
Brady. Sorry, Brady. That's what I'm thinking. Like, wow, I know there was like the good quarterback. Sorry, Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady. I mean that guy. Like, what's the average age where an NFL player sort of like dwindles
Retires?
down? Yeah, like because in football, like Kerry on would know, like it's probably a myth now. But if you look at professional footballers in football or soccer, once they hit like 32, 33,
Yeah, the early
maybe
30s, they start to slow
10,
down.
10, 15 years ago, they would have said, well, that's it. Their careers are over. But now you're looking at Messi, Ronaldo. Okay, maybe their form has dropped a little bit, but they're still performing at those levels. So you say a footballer now reaches their peak at, say, 30, 32. What is it for an NFL player? I know there are different positions and they all do different things, but what would the average be before they say, okay, I'm done. I've had enough.
Late 20s is their prime. In my
Really? So late 20s, so early 30s, they're out.
Mid to late 20s is their prime.
Wow.
That's my. You guys can disagree if you want, but at least in my opinion, mid to late 20s is the fact that they have enough experience in the NFL to know what they're doing, and on top of that, their bone density will be solid enough, or their testosterone is high enough to where they'll be able to perform at peak performance.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Tom like 34 something like that.
Oh, it's older than that, I think.
So it depends.
Brady's
on,
in his 40s.
It depends on the
Yeah,
position.
I wasn't sure, but yeah.
But it depends on position.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
positions take more damage.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
like
I'm gonna
with
say.
rugby.
If you're a frontline man and you're always blocking or tackling, then your body's gonna decompose quicker than the person who's just there looking for the protection to get the pass away. So yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly, because quarterbacks, of course, will last a lot longer than linemen or a running back.
Yeah. Imagine they would let sports stars take whatever peds they wanted. Saw a comment in the chat. Imagine they just let them take whatever performance enhancing drugs they wanted, man. We would see like athletes doing ridiculous things. It's like when you're playing a video game and you increase someone's speed to like 100 or increase someone's throwing to like 100 and you just see like the ball just absolutely like blitz past. You'd see those levels, man. I can't wait to see that. I'd love to see
they
that.
aren't?
Well, not to those levels, man. Not to those levels. I mean, like unregulated, just like go hell for leather. Like let's bring back, what was it called? Let's bring back Balco, but like times 1,000. Let's do that again. You did new Barry Bonds back again.
But hey, Manic,
Yes.
You see Nixon Talks screen?
Yes, I do.
That's a goal in a few months. I want to get to that point where my shit's looking fucking like that professional. Like one day,
Dropping
one
acid.
day. Yeah, literally, like you're able to drop acid and watch the entire this right here. Like he doesn't even have to say anything. He will get literally
Nixon.
hundreds of views. Just some guys tripping off a shroom.
Yeah,
Oh.
Nixon, where do you get that? I need a.
I said
I
the
need the
same
plug.
thing. I said the same thing.
I need the plug. Like, thing is that
No,
like really
you give me
fits
the
with the
plug
theme.
first.
I'll send it to you in Discord privately. I'll let you know where to get the goodies.
You mean me,
All
right?
I'll get a
Both
Yeetus
of
first,
us.
and then I'll get a Manic.
All right, I was about to say. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I asked you first.
But no,
Come
like
on.
even me, like I did just a stream the other night. It was like 10 p.m. Sydney time. I'm like, you know what, I just feel like doing a stream, and I had a new setup where it was not via StreamYard, it was via OBS, and it was just the voice and had the overlays and everything. And a lot of people were saying like, man, I really like this setup. When I said before, I'm like, it looks basic to me, but I've got something there where it's not just a plain screen. There is something happening in the background. So I'm trying to get to that point where you can have just the voice, you can have other people call in and play the audio through OBS and all that sort of good stuff, but there is still something on screen where you can keep up with an article or a video, or it's just not plain and you can see the chat scrolling and all that sort of stuff. Like I want to get to that sort of level where if I've got 2 people watching, 20, 50, 100, whatever it is, they're not going to be bored.
Okay, I definitely agree, man. And I'm not saying I'm gonna have the exact same thing as you, but if you're able to show me where you got that in general, I'll be able to see what will work with my avatar. Because my avatar is getting kind of ridiculous at this point. If you see it, but everybody else, do you guys have anything else to say? Something quick to the Warband, or are you good?
Well, I just have a question for you, Yeetus. Do you know what a Necron tear is?
What?
A Necron tear.
No.
You're talking about
Okay.
the Warhammer guys, right? The Necron tier?
Yeah, because that would be pretty good. Like, if he knew about that, he could do something similar to that. But yeah.
Necron tier?
I can talk about them in depth on a different stream.
Yeah.
Wait, is that like Avatar, or is that like a different...
No. They're technically skeleton robots.
Well, you're talking about the Necrons, the Necron tier where...
Oh yeah, the Necron and Necron tear. Same. I got them confused, but yeah.
Yeetus, you remember those like 40K mechanical skeleton model I showed you a while back?
Yes.
That's a Necron.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm having a better understanding.
Yeah, but besides that, that's just what I wanted.
See, that's the big thing. Like, I would love to have a bunch of art, and don't get me wrong, like I'm slacking behind on Necronic. He has like 40 different art pieces. So that's my goal this year, is to get as many different variations as I possibly can.
Didn't you say that last year too?
Look at my fucking art. Look at my art. Do you know how much that fucking cost me? Fuck off.
I could make stuff. I just...
Damn. How you gonna get on me like that? Come on. I'm making the effort. Jesus. Did you just say that last year? Even though I have literally a completely new, different... do you guys say GIF or GIF?
GIF, it's graphical user interface, not jaffical user interface.
People are saying that the founder of the GIF saying that...
there's a lot of founders that are dumbasses, like the person that made Harry Potter.
The founder is wrong.
When they pronounce, okay, look, I'll pronounce it GIF when they say graphical, not graphical. Thank you very much.
But what I'm saying is, it's like telling the founder of Nintendo it's Nintendo, motherfucker.
Well, they're Japanese. They can get away with it.
Look, just because you're good at coding doesn't mean you're good at nomenclature.
That's what people are pretty much saying at this point. Like, yeah, even though he created a GIF, the anonymous roundtable say otherwise.
He should have made it fucking clear decades ago then so that we didn't get confused. He's a little late to the party.
Did he have a speech impediment or something?
His own party, man.
I highly doubt it, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, if you haven't clarified in the beginning, don't be surprised if the people already came to a conclusion.
Yeah, but see, Rossi's like giraffe, but like giraffe is a word. It's not an acronym. It's not something we've shortened. So I get what Gray's saying.
Okay, yeah, I agree. But
Like it's graphical. I think it's like graphical image file.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
graphics interchange format.
it starts with a G, not a J.
Graphics, not graphics, graphics.
oh shit.
You guys seen? There's this YouTube video of this German guy who teaches English speakers how to properly pronounce German car manufacturer names. It's freaking hilarious.
I want to
about
learn
B-
German.
What about BMW?
He says it's like it's BMW. Get it right.
Well,
BMW.
As an
BMW.
American,
Mm.
as an American, I'd say he's wrong.
Yeah, he's
no,
not speaking
honestly,
English. Like we ain't speaking German. We're speaking English.
honestly, the real question is aluminum versus aluminum.
No, you guys
It's
are
aluminum.
wrong.
That's a cheap shot.
It's aluminum.
You guys are wrong.
It's aluminum.
It's aluminium.
What the fuck?
I will invade your country.
Stop speaking Chinese. It's aluminum.
Again?
There's only one I in aluminum.
Okay, hold on. Wait, everybody in the chat right now. Everybody in the chat. Is it aluminum or is it, what was it, Carry On?
Aluminium.
Because I don't even say that word.
There would
Yeah,
be
I
a
know.
sec- there
Wait,
would
wait,
be
wait,
a
hold on.
I after the end. It is
But hey.
aluminum.
Carry On, say it one more time.
Aluminium.
So is it aluminum or
Oh
aluminium?
my god, it's so
See, just because you
close.
like, you guys dumbed it down because your language is dead.
What do you mean dumb it
Ameri-
down?
American English is a dead form of English.
You made it simpler.
Bro, there is an I after the end
Hey,
there, so you
carry
can't
on,
just
get
drop the
back
I.
to me
It's
after you explain.
aluminum foil. Okay,
Hey,
aluminum.
Hey, carry on. Is it Haysboro or Happisburg?
I don't know. I can't
Is it
language sucks.
Is it adamantium or adamantum?
Oh,
See?
hey. It was made by
Aluminum.
Americans. We use the dumbass version.
It's
That's the
aluminum
thing.
foil.
I understand,
You
Carry On,
pronounce
because we have the same sort of speech.
HAPPISBURGH as Haysboro.
No Canadian. Bow down.
Hate your own language.
What do you mean you can't? What does this nationality has to do with this?
Hey, he's Canadian. He didn't backstab us. You backstabbing
Hey,
bitches
carry
in front
on.
of French.
What?
Hey,
Yeah, American
carry on,
sucking
dude.
French.
Carry On, do me a favor. Go over to Wales and visit the city called Llanfairpwllgwyngyll.
No,
Got to
the
control
Welsh
that's
don't
the city.
speak
Go go
English.
go.
They speak Welsh,
I'll
and that's
say
a
that.
dying language.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
go visit that
English,
city.
not American. We speak English. Go away.
No, you guys speak Old English,
We
like Shakespeare.
old
English?
You
Yeah,
were
Americans-
around before us.
Yeah, but from like this, your language didn't change because you guys were just fucking your cousins.
But
and
how
you
were you
in your
speaking
family.
old English if our language?
Hey, I'm just gonna
changed?
say it. All American, like, okay, your ancestors, like Americans' ancestors, were kind of a little bit dumb, so they couldn't get that intelligence. So the Germans came around and started like interbreed with them and become a little bit more intelligent. Let's just say that. But yeah, your language
what?
started to change where you start to accept more people from Europe.
I'm ready for the smoke. Hold up.
Right,
Hey,
this
you're
is like
fine,
Civil
man.
War. This is Civil War Part
It
3
is-
or some shit right now, man. Let's
God,
go.
there-
Well,
there we
speaking
go.
of Civil War, yeah, I'm gonna speak
fucking
on that in the
new
future.
live stream, Yeetus. Aluminum versus aluminium.
Oh Jesus!
Shit.
I'm getting so drunk for that one.
There is an
I'll
I
win.
after
We
the
are
end.
going
It's
to bring-
aluminum.
We are
I'll
going to
win
bring-
because
Aluminium.
I'll just win
We'll
because
get-
I don't care. Well, it'd be
we'll
fun.
get carry
Hey,
on off.
Manic, you being quiet over there. Is it aluminum or aluminum? What the fuck is there saying?
Well,
Manic's smart.
there's,
God damn.
there's the I.
Wait,
Thank
so what do you say?
I say aluminum.
Okay, thank you. Fuck.
It's
I
an
retract
American-
my
No,
statements.
seriously?
Manic was smart until he
The
said that.
UK and Australia say aluminium because
Okay, Yeetus,
we pronounce the
seriously,
letters.
You fucking schedule the live stream. I'm going to find the worst atrocity the English have committed against their own language.
Hey, yo, Grace, can we
okay.
find
I was fine. I
every
thought he said
word?
atrocities against other people. I was like, whoa. There's a little bit too much there.
No,
Hey,
just,
great
no,
minute,
just
great
against
minute.
your own language. I want it to be
Hey.
a 2-hour live stream, not a
But hey, in
12-year
all
live
seriousness,
stream.
Gray and Manic, should we find a bunch of words that's comparable between the U.S. and Britain, and we just
Sure.
fucking roast the fuck out of the UK?
Hey, you guys got cooked on opioids.
That's some tiny shit. Don't get me started.
Low blow. What
Y'all
the
went
fuck?
bankrupt over tea. Don't get me started on that.
Hey, we lost the whole
Yeah,
country
keep
for
talking
tea.
shit. We'll throw your tea in the fucking river again.
Y'all had to fucking
keep talking
sell
shit.
opium to pay for your fucking tea addiction. Don't get me started.
It's better if they get hooked on opiates. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh shit.
Oh man, this is funny.
Hey, carry on. When's your spoon license coming in?
spoon license. I need a spoon license. What's that?
I don't know. Someone
Wait.
told me that like British people, well, you need a license to own a kitchen knife, and then someone told me you needed a license to own.
That's
a
not
spoon.
true, but I guess they probably do it. Like,
I
let's
wouldn't
just
be
say
surprised.
we're so dangerous that we can't have any items. A random British person is more dangerous than anyone in the world. I want to say that.
Britain,
Americans need guns. You guys
Britain,
need
5
guns.
to 10 years, you're gonna have to register your
What?
fists.
Wait, carry on. Do you want the U.S. to go to a medieval battle with fucking just?
You
knives and
guys will
swords?
lose. You guys get bent over, or you guys are shorter than average. Like Americans are shorter than average British people.
I don't know. I'm 6'1".
I don't know about that. Where's the statistics? Where's that at?
You want to try this? Europeans are just naturally taller than Americans.
We had 300 million people. It won't matter.
Well, you guys, it's not my fault. You guys let the
how
Italians
many
and
of
the
them?
like
How many of them are
Mexicans.
willing to fight? How many of them are primed to fight though?
Hey, let's think. Hey, you guys have some. They have
Wait,
some
who
fat
said
people
that?
there.
Okay, Nixon. Okay, Nixon. Okay.
Well,
No,
he's
I'm asking a
Australian.
question.
He's a
I'm-
criminal.
I'm
He's
mad
a
at this.
criminal
I'm
by
asking-
nature. He
No,
can't
hang on.
speak.
Yes, I'm a criminal by nature. I'm a descendant of slaves from the Ottoman Empire way back when in Eastern Europe. I'm
Oh,
in
he's
Australia.
Polish.
I'm a criminal.
Hey,
No,
he's
not
Polish. That's
Nixon,
right.
Oh,
you need-
you're talking about how many people are primed to fight. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
because
It's
you
the
said we
same
have
argument
300 you
as
said we have
50
300
chads
million.
and 100 incels.
Man, if they can't fight for shit, what's the point of them being there? They're just lambs to the
Because
slaughter.
numbers still matter in the end.
Oh, that was a segue to a Jimmy
No,
Carr
but
joke.
what
that
I'm,
will
what I'm
not stay
saying
on air.
is,
Hey, look.
what I'm saying is the U.S. outnumbers the U.K. dramatically.
Hey, look.
Yeah,
look,
but they're
you-
mostly
you-
like
300 Spartans.
You
people.
got to remember, the Australians lost to fucking emus. They don't get to say.
Oh,
Do not
Jesus.
speak ill of
Yeah.
the fucking emu war. The emu war is sacred.
You guys lost the email. I forgot about
Hey,
that.
bunch of
emus are hard
birds.
to hit.
It happens
What do you
some
mean?
fucking
You just
long
use
time
Okay.
ago.
use
No,
a
no.
machine gun.
Okay, emus look like they're big, but they're actually really small, and their feathers make them look bigger. They're, like, it's confusing.
Yeah, it literally happened. This is what it was. It was they were a nuisance, and there was a wildlife management operation, and it went in the 1930s at some point because there were so many emus, so they had to sort of like knock them down. And it was out in Western Australia where no one really goes these days. So
But you
yeah,
guys still lost.
yeah, man, outrun by them emus, bro. You can't.
According to
them emus
Wikipedia.
will
How,
come at
how
you.
y'all gonna lose the emus, bro?
I don't know, bro. But back then, Australians, man, we had nothing. We still, we had nothing, bro.
Y'all
Yeah.
you guys should have went with melee weapons and start hacking those motherfuckers. At least
Well,
in my
Emus
opinion.
are giant, like ostriches. Like they're
Yeah.
smaller.
It is. Hey, one good swipe to the neck, too easy.
Yeah.
If you can catch him. Now, don't get me wrong. I know emus are fast as fuck.
Fuck it, we'll have a World War III stream. Representatives from each country get to come and bring their best facts, facts and memes, and we get to battle it out for.
That'll
Oh,
be
see, you
some
guys
shit.
over that bottled water shit and that broken teeth and that's all that crap.
And that'll be some shit, with World War III be over emus. That's when I see everything. Like, damn.
Man, I'll bring
World
in
War III
that.
over
That
emus.
sounds good. That sounds funny, man. That useless facts about your nation or whatever. That I'm down for that.
Like, Sir Yeetus, emus has invaded New York. Like, what? Like,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like we give each other like, okay,
bashful.
guys, you got 1 week before the fucking World War III stream. Bring your best memes, both defensive and offensive.
oh, I'll be so ready. Fuck yeah.
I'll bring a white flag for France. We got any French people?
Well, we have a French Canadian, don't we?
Hey, speaking of World War III, you guys heard about Putin's warship being sunk?
No,
Someone sunk his
No.
battleship?
Yep.
you sunk my battleship.
Well, one of his big warships was allegedly was attacked by Ukraine. Right.
I'm gonna
And-
look this shit up.
Yeah, and the warship sunk. Allegedly, I don't know for sure.
Interesting.
I mean, the media lies to us all the time, so you never know until it's actually confirmed.
But that is a big blow if you lost a warship.
Oh yeah.
You looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
All right, let me know what the result is.
Uh,
Okay, I'll have to ask a question. Why do you guys call chips crisp?
Wait. Oh, we'll get to that in a bit.
okay,
but
so
wait, hold up, Gray. Manic, what'd you say?
Oh yeah, I'm about to head out before we talk about international conflict.
You ain't gonna talk about the chips?
The shit.
I think that's a very important conversation.
I mean, like you mean fries?
I mean fries. He means chips.
The chips.
They're fries.
I'll go to war with you guys. I won't go to war.
Throw
with
bags
you
of crisps at us.
Imagine going to war over chips.
I will call on the supreme power of the British Empire to invade your country.
Wow.
That will be some shit. But hey, Manic, anything else to say to the Warband? Anything you want to shill, or what do you want to say?
All right, I will be streaming tomorrow. All right.
Oh.
What time?
Let's say like 3:30. We're at PST.
3:30. Okay, yeah. If you're able to,
So I think that'd be more like 5:30 for you.
if you send the video,
All right.
should be able to.
I haven't scheduled it yet.
Okay, yeah. Whenever you can, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, I'll share the video.
Yeah, and I'll do a full read through of Tails Gets Trolled.
So, are you doing storytelling or?
I'm just doing a full read through.
That sounds like storytelling to me.
I'm reading a whole ass comic.
Is it real
So,
fan
like,
fiction?
if I had my younger cousin listen to you talk about fucking Sonic and shit, right?
Well, it's very 18 plus. I don't know much.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know much about the comic. I just know it has some subject material that's adult humor or whatever.
Well, as long as you don't go ape shit, 'cause I know how you are. You are like, I'm sorry, your energy is like 300%.
There's gonna be one joke that just makes me hysterically laugh.
Like,
I know.
what was that one video when you went crazy? It was the Dodge pill, right?
The Dodge pill.
I was honestly concerned because I'm like, yo, I've never heard Manic get this hyped.
Really?
Seriously, I was like, what the like, yo, is Manic good? Like, is he off that sugar booger? Like, what's going on? Like,
What's the dog pill?
please don't
carry
All
on,
right.
please.
Like,
That's
don't look
a
at
different stream. That's
Don't
a
look at
different
it.
stream.
Different stream.
I will link
Bro.
it. I will link it.
Bro,
All right, for you.
don't.
No, it's too late. Send to him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in chat.
You
boy.
asked
No,
for
not the
this.
chat.
I'm sorry.
Send it
You asked
to
for
him.
this.
Send it to him through Discord. You must know now.
Why did you put it in
With an-
chat? It's not that
With
bad.
an encrypted file.
Yes, it is. Carry on.
No, it is
Yes,
bad.
It's
It is
pretty
bad.
bad.
Yep.
You mean white girls fuck dogs?
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay, you're
Come
right,
on,
you're right.
bro.
There we
This
go.
guy just out and said
It's
it,
like
man.
the saying
Wow.
says, the curiosity kills the cat. I'm not
Oh,
calling
the
you a
dog,
cat.
the dog and peanut butter cheating. That's I knew what a dog pill was. I just
All right, carry on. You're just gonna just put it out there like that.
what?
Hi,
I didn't say
Susan.
anything. I just said dogs and peanut butter. You.
We all know what that means.
So but you're not wrong, carry on.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. But hey, thank all you guys for joining. Everybody but Gray will stay. Manic, do you want to show your channel or you want to show your sponsorship? What do you want to do?
I'll link my channel, but if you were so inclined, if you are looking for a nice drink, some tea, if you may, go to thedragonstreasure.com and use code MANIC for 10% off your order of anime inspired tea.
Wait, you got a Dragon's
Let's
Treasure
go.
one? What the
Huh?
hell is this? When did you get like? When did this happen?
Oh, wow,
October.
Max been
Oh,
sponsored for
shit.
a while.
Yeah, months
Yeah.
ago.
I'm just dumb.
But
Are you gonna get some tea?
hell no.
He's British. Carry
Wow.
British. He'll get some tea, man. The Brits
If
love
it
the
ain't
tea.
whiskey, I don't want it.
It's like whiskey, but it's hot. It's still golden.
It's like whiskey, but it's not.
It's a hot toddy.
Whiskey and tea.
But hey, Manic,
Irish.
thank you for joining, man, and I'll definitely share your stream for tomorrow.
All right, cool.
All
All
right,
right, hope to see you all there.
no
See ya, man.
problem,
I'm
man.
head
Haters,
out.
bro. See you, man.
Puniti. What a good dude. Carry on. You're next. What do you want to say to the Warband?
I don't even know, man. This is so much crap with this whole shit. I mean, maybe you are in the Renaissance, and I kind of fucked up there. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take that shit. But yeah, that's good. Like, well, no, shit's gonna get worse until it gets really better, because that's just how anything works. So we're gonna have to build ourselves up, make sure that we can survive and not buckle under the pressure of women and weak men.
So what about in my opinion, the renaissance of the modern man?
I wouldn't say the modern man. I say a renaissance of masculinity. It's like refinding masculinity again and
Or-
trying to.
Well, I wouldn't say. Okay. Carry on. You stay. We're gonna go to somebody else. Because we definitely get back to that. Dax.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely think that a lot of men, particularly younger men too, are we're waking up. They're waking up because a lot, more and more men are, they're viewing this content like yourself, Yeetus, like Chronic, like Ribby, and others such as Joker from Better Bachelor. Think Before You Sleep, he brought up earlier. I've been following, because like I myself. I haven't even been in the red pill game for too long. It was only like a couple of years ago that I really started getting into this content, and I discovered channels like Chronic and Ribby and whatnot.
Wait, did Think Before You Sleep mention us, or what are you saying?
He actually mentioned, somebody gave him a shout out. I don't know who it was.
Right.
I think it was. I want to say it was Chronic, but I have no idea. I know somebody did, but
I wouldn't
any
be
case.
surprised if it was Chronic.
Might have
But
been.
what were you saying, Dax?
But yeah, I mean, like more and more men are not only waking up via this content that's produced, but also I think from their real world experience as well. Because not every young man out there today is an incel who's never so much as gone on a date. I mean, I myself, like throughout the last decade alone, I've been in plenty of relationships, gone on a bunch of dates, had plenty of slept with plenty of girls, and I've been around them enough to learn their nature, learn the game and whatnot. And after all this, all the experience personally I've gained, and how it co-aligns with like the content that's produced from you guys, it's like it's all very real. It's all very enlightening, and I think more and more men are definitely waking up to this, and they're just they're saying fuck it, things are changing, so I'm just gonna roll with the flow. And that's kind of where I've gotten to. I'm just like, I've gotten pretty apathetic about dating, never mind marriage or kids. I mean, I'm just doing me at this point.
All right, man. Thank you very much, Dax, for speaking your piece. Definitely something that people should listen to once this live stream is over. And come back. What day is it tomorrow?
Friday.
Yeah. Come back tomorrow. Should have another stream tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I'll be off work pretty early on in the day, so I'll definitely be around for that.
All right, man. Peace out, Puniti.
Puniti, my brother.
Let's go. All right, everybody else stays. All right, so Gray, let's start with you. What is this update that you were speaking of?
Okay, so searching through what I could, found something from the most neutral of sources, because most of them are the usual suspects for pro left-wing media. So apparently the Russian Navy's Black Sea flagship RTS Moskva has sunk while being towed.
What being
Okay, now here's on Wednesday, a fire started on the ship while it was within the effective range of Neptune missiles. It's
Well,
not confirmed that it was the Neptune missiles that started it, but it is possible.
that's what I was saying, allegedly, right? Because Russia was saying, "Oh, it was just, the ship just caught on fire or whatever." But
That's the thing. There was a fire on it. It ignited the ammo stores. It caused hull damage. Between that and the stormy seas, it sank while being towed.
yeah, but Ukraine said that they claim to take down that warship.
Yeah, that is entirely possible with the
Right.
missiles that they had in the area. It is within the effective range, and the Russian defense official did admit to that.
Yep. So
So
at that
it was
point,
severely damaged. The crew abandoned ship. Ammo detonated. It was not elaborated on the cause of the fire.
I do believe
And-
that.
And I saw a thing in chat and it's like, yeah, this thing has been in service since several decades old. It's not like they sang a freaking brand new ship. I'm trying to find the exact date here.
Well, I don't feel too bad when they took down the biggest airplane in the world. So, but
Yeah,
it was
so
carrier. Oh,
yeah.
what's up? What's up, Gray?
yes, but so I can't find the exact date, but like this was a ship sunk fairly. The ship's fairly old, and it's a cruiser.
That we know of, there's no casualties. But we will-
I've heard one casualty, and that's the highest reported number.
Okay, yeah, like we have to wait for further details.
Well, like that's the thing. Like the fire broke out, the crew abandoned ship, and it sunk while being towed. It wasn't like it was fucking blown up off the coast.
Right. Because they pulled up to Crimea, right?
They were on their way, and then bad weather hit.
That doesn't help whatsoever, but carry on.
Yep.
So what was the argument again?
I said it was
Aluminium versus aluminum.
well, besides those
No,
arguments,
besides that.
it was like a renaissance of masculinity.
Can you explain your point again? Because I definitely forgot. Not gonna lie.
Reason why I would say that is because it's not like men disappeared. It's the idea of masculine men disappeared for a period of time, or positive masculine men that actually understood themselves. Like you can say you're masculine, just like, oh yeah, I do this, I go to the gym, but to me, masculinity is more than just being physically in shape. It's about being mentally in shape at the same time, of knowing I have this amount of value in myself as a person. I respect myself, and I will not put myself in situations that can harm myself or the people I care about.
So is that the only, or would I say that it's the primary?
I'm not
Because
sure.
I know there's plenty of variables on what contains the definition of masculinity, but there's some things, especially with femininity, that goes above beyond the rest.
Because you could be a strong guy if you don't respect yourself. No one's gonna see you as masculine.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's like respect for yourself and respect for people around you. That's what masculinity is from my culture and what people around me. Generally, the idea is like if you can respect yourself and give respect to people in reasonable sense, and you can protect yourself and so on, you are then a masculine man who can control his own immediate area around him. And even when he's gone, he still has a presence.
Okay, I see what you're saying, Carrie on Gray. If you were listening, do you have anything like, do you agree or disagree?
I definitely agree that the masculine man has been on a societal level like killed by modern society and is only now actually starting to be reborn in this new renaissance in any sort of practical way. And at the very least, from what we've seen from the powers that be, the rebirth of the masculine man is a threat to the existing power structure.
Okay. Nixon talks.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the thing that the masculinity has taken a hit in the last, well, some would say since the 60s and the 70s, but in the last 10 years, especially with the media pushing a lot of nonsense when it comes to men. You know, if you disagree with a female or, you know, you stand your ground, you're being toxic. Like, what is that bullshit? Yeah, 30 years ago, women would have, you know, had to have mops and buckets called to their location when a man did that. Nowadays, it's like, how do you disrespect me? So there needs to be a change in that. I think the more men stand up for themselves and also basically just say to everyone else, not just women, just other men in general, like, I'm not sticking up for this. This is not my thing. This is where I stand. This is where I'm going to stand. You guys can do your own thing. I think it says a lot about someone that can stand and affirm their beliefs and their values and their morals if it comes to where they can sort of maybe not be liked, but at least they can be admired and respected for it, because these days everyone just changes their tune at the drop of a pin to get something in their benefit, when really they should be saying to themselves, well, no, this is where I'm at, I'm going to play it this way, get on my level, I'm not going to drop to your level to get what I want, this is where I'm going to be. And men need to do that again.
So Nixon, what do you mean by toxic? What do you mean by that? Toxic masculinity?
Yeah, all the usual
So
bullshit
when it
that
comes
they put out, man.
to toxic masculinity, right? Do you believe that it exists? And if it does, is it accepted on a societal level?
Well, you can say there's toxicity everywhere between men and women. Are there
But
toxic
I
men?
personally believe that this toxic masculinity came out of nowhere,
Yes.
right around the same time as modern feminism. That
That's what I'm
happened
saying.
60,
That's what I'm
70
saying.
years ago.
That's why I say some would say that the change happened in the 60s and the 70s, because as soon as you start going against what I want and against what I believe and against what I'm after, all of a sudden you become the enemy, you become the problem. Ergo, you become quote unquote toxic. There are some toxic traits out there from men, but I wouldn't say toxic traits. I'd probably say that there's probably abusive and perhaps even detrimental, because there's abuse in all sorts, you know, men and women. And when you call it out, you have to call it out when you see it. But in terms of just being a man, standing your ground, I mean, men by nature, we are disagreeable. We will stand and fight for what we believe, at least in the past. I think, like Kieran's saying, the renaissance of masculinity needs to make a comeback, or is making a comeback, where men are saying again, well, no, I've said yes so many times thinking it was going to get me what I wanted. It actually got me the complete opposite. So screw that. I'm going to go back to what worked for us 40, 50, 60 years ago, even way back when. And we're going to come back to these levels because this is what worked. I mean, look at society back then, look at society now. Yes, changing trends, changing culture, technology, communications, all these things play a part. But when you look at some other nations that are still in the quote unquote modern day, they're not as with it when it comes to technology. So they are still traditional in a sense.
So when it comes to the toxic masculinity phrase, I say that was just a buzzword. And it's still a buzzword to this day, in my opinion.
Oh,
Just
for sure. Yeah.
what the SJWs or the feminists want to describe men that doesn't conform to their ideals.
That's what I mean. Exactly right. And it did come out of nowhere. Like it says here, about 2014, maybe even a little bit earlier than that. And with Me Too and everything that's happened since then as well, it hasn't really been a good place for men. And they still want to say men have it easy. I mean, who has more risk in something happening to him? The man walking by the woman in the street and him saying she attacked him and making it believable, or the woman saying that he attacked her and making it believable? Who are they going to believe first and foremost?
I definitely agree. They'll definitely believe the woman immediately. That's why I say when it comes to this toxic masculinity BS, they say it's toxic masculinity until it's time for them to desperately look our way and have our quote unquote toxic masculinity to be put in good use. A good example is Ukraine.
Yep. Yeah. What did they say? There are no feminists in a house fire.
Yes. I love Bill Burr.
Exactly right. Yep.
But Gray, what do you have to say about what me and Nixon was talking about? Because personally, I don't believe in that toxic masculinity bullshit. That's just another shaming language, in my opinion.
At the end of the day, like, there's shitty fucking behavior that men can do, but the fucking bullshit is that women disapprove of that. We have seen the kind of men that women choose to associate with when given absolute freedom. They love that shit. They want that shit. It's a massive fucking shit test in order to make men fucking compliant and to separate out the men they can control from the men they can't, and therefore the men that they actually want to be with.
They put an entire blanket on the male population of all of them are toxic masculinity. And I agree. The people that conform to what she says, she's not attracted to. The
Exactly.
Chad and Tyrone, Pookie and Ray Ray, that says, nah, bitch, you sound stupid. They're the ones that they're attracted to.
Yep, exactly right.
Is that really masculinity or pseudo masculinity? It's like a veil of masculinity because there's like surface layer.
Just a
Like,
facade.
Yeah, it's like
pseudo masculinity.
Yeah, most of the that's what toxic masculinity they want to talk about. Is these people that are really fucked up people, and they use like the idea of a masculine guy to oh, I'm not masculine. It's just me. Oh, I get angry. I don't get. Oh, no. That's just you. You have a problem. It's not that you're masculine. It's that you have a problem, and you're acting like a child trying to copy a man. So it's like we see children acting like a guy. It's like, oh, I can't show my emotions anywhere. So it's like, oh, I can't talk to people. A man can know, like, if I have problems, I'm gonna go to people I can trust, like my brothers or my father. Like, hey, I have a problem. I need to talk this out because it's gonna eat me up. Or like, if I get angry, I'm just gonna use my emotions, start hitting people. Like, oh, I'm just acting my masculine frame. Like, no, you have a problem, and you don't know how to deal with it. So
the real problem is that masculinity has become like any other buzzword. It's become, oh, this is a trait that we see as desirable. So we'll say that it defines the behavior we want to see, and therefore we can make people do what we want to do.
Yeah. They're changing definitions. They're changing meanings of words or what we perceive wants to be the ideal. And again, like, yes, I agree. Like what was masculine in caveman days is not masculine now. That would probably be barbaric in a way. So you can't,
until shit hits the fan.
Yeah, exactly. And then again, they're going to go back to the tribe and say, oh no, you need to protect us. Look at this. Look at what's happening to us. It's like, oh, so now you want more protection when you were ignoring us nonstop, doing your own thing. Now that you're in strife, who do you come back to? The men to sort out your problems.
See, here's the big thing that's going to bite them in the butt. If shit does hit the fan, these men, right, they're not going to be around to actually protect them from other evil men. In fact, in my opinion, there's going to be a lot of angry men when shit hits the fan. The pendulum is going to swing back at them at the speed of light. Mm-hmm. And I won't feel bad whatsoever. I won't. Because we have a standard that's not high at all, and they still couldn't even do that right.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, if you look at like even just past dating trends in the 2000s and then early 2010s, you were still getting, ladies and men getting together. Whereas nowadays, it's almost like where they don't need it, but it's almost like they see it as like a luxury. Like, I want to have this. It's like, well, is it a want or is it a need? You have to come down to probably what is it? Do you need to have a man to be with you, or do you want to have a man? If you want to, then that tells me that you don't need them, in which case you should be able to defend and live by yourself and for yourself.
But it's all about moving the goalposts, right? Because
it'll change.
Yeah, women in general, it doesn't matter what time of the day, 24/7, they will move the goalposts to fit their narrative, to the smallest things, to the biggest things that are important to her. She will move the goalposts. That's what she does. Women, they can't physically force us to do anything. So what's the best next thing? Their tongue. Okay, they are master. They are master manipulators.
Oh, the emotional manipulation. They are the PhD of all PhDs when it comes to that sort of stuff, because they'll bring up something that has no relevance to you whatsoever, but it just gets on your nerves because they're going to try and deflect, make what nonsense they're saying a big deal, which changes the subject altogether. Then you get frustrated at them. And then, like Bilbo says again, and then you call them, I don't want to say it because everyone knows it's the C word,
Cunt. I'm British. I can say it.
I can say it too. Yeah, I know, but I'm on someone else's platform, so I don't want to say something that maybe I shouldn't be able to say. But yes, you call them that, and then that's when they get really shitty with you because you're not getting anywhere with them. You're too emotional. Okay, well, I'll stop being emotional. You're not emotional enough. Bitch, what do you want me to do? Never happy.
Well, you guys see my earlier meme today when it comes to those middle-aged women. I'm like, well, what do you expect that you are still single? Because once again, I have no sympathy of women that are still single. That's post-wall. I have no
Yeah.
sympathy whatsoever because they had countless. I guarantee you, they had countless potential men. And they had a lot of men approach them in order to have something serious, but they would much rather go thon it up in the clubs, bar, whatever it is, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
once they hit, 40 plus years old, like, I put the meme, all of a sudden, like, oh, why aren't these men stepping up? Bitch,
It's
shut the fuck up.
yeah, it's funny because you see it nonstop. Ladies in their 20s, you go, girl, do your thing, yeah, slay queen and all that other bullshit. And then the men are doing their thing. Okay, well, I'll play my video games, I'll work, I'll move out, invest in here, invest in there, blah blah blah. Hey, I'm in my mid 30s, hitting 40s now. I'm looking good, I'm doing all right. And then those same women that were out thotting it, partying nonstop, they're gonna hit their 30s and they're gonna be looking at, as your meme says, I'm looking for the man now. It's like, so we're just expected to just pick you up and take you in like a stray because you decided that you had enough being outside. Now you want to be inside. Mismove that shit.
I agree. Because when it comes to men, don't get me wrong, if she just wants to fuck, that's one thing. Fine, whatever. But when it comes to long-term relationships, all he's asking for is you to not have a promiscuous past. And you still fuck that up. No wonder you're still single in your mid to late 40s, talking about, oh, where's all the good men? No, I have no sympathy whatsoever because, once again, we have the highest record number of virgin males in history
Yeah,
in,
man.
in the United
That's scary.
States, at
That's
least.
scary. That's scary.
Beyond scary. And they're willing to share this one Chad, even if he's not rich. If he just has the genetic lottery. 5, 10, hell, if the Chad is organized enough, 15 different fucking women are willing to share that guy than to settle with an average man.
100%. They will. Yep. They'll look for that one dude because that one dude, gets them going, and no other man does. Even though, but this is the thing. It's like I don't want to settle down for a man. Okay, so then he has to settle down for you. Oh, why you say it like that? Well, it's okay to say it to a man that you're gonna settle for him. Like, well, I can't do any better, so I'll settle for what you're offering here. It's, bitch, I'll settle. I'll settle for you. What do you mean? Well, I can get better than you, but I'll settle for you because you're more compliant, or you maybe don't look as pretty as the next woman, or whatever. When you flip the script, they tend to get so agitated and so annoyed over these little semantic things that are a big deal to them because they never see it that way where it affects the man. Because again, men are just going to always look after us no matter what we do, no matter how we behave, no matter what children we have or how many or whatever. A man's always going to be there because I deserve to be happy. If you deserve to be happy, then work to be happy. Don't just assume you're going to get what you want because that's just what's supposed to happen. Not in this day and age. You changed it. You changed the rules. We adapted. Now the rules don't suit you anymore.
But the average conversation with a woman in the West, hey, what's going on? No, nothing much. Blah blah. Like, hey, when do some stuff. Go to the, restaurant or whatever you want to go. Oh, how tall are you? And then the guy's like, okay, how much you weigh?
Yeah. Like,
how dare you?
How dare you?
Like, what? How are you going to get all judgmental about something that man can't change, but you get pissed the fuck off about something that you can change?
Mm-hmm. Exactly right. What do you want me to do? Get knee extensions, become like Kenny in South Park, and get elongated knees? And yeah, that's not reality, man. That's the thing. They expect a lot from men, but they don't want to do anything in exchange for themselves. Like I tell people, like if you're trying to attract a certain person or go for something in particular, you have to be what that thing or person is looking for as well. You can't just rock up out of nowhere, man. Can't just be that. And on that note, I'm gonna say my piece. I'll say my goodbyes because it is 1 p.m. here, and I am starving. I've been up since 9 a.m. I'm running on 4 hours sleep. I need another coffee and make myself some eggs, have some
I
toast.
know how I feel. I didn't sleep yet.
Man, I'm looking forward to that. But thank you for letting me jump on, Yeetus. Appreciate that, Gray. I enjoy your input as always. Carry on. I'll stick by you. It is aluminium, not aluminum. You got my support in that, brother.
It's aluminum.
And I'm out. Peace out, everybody.
Puniti. See you, Nixon.
Okay, so do you guys have anything to say about the conversation we just had, or are you good?
From what I'm hearing, I can't understand why cultures in the past tried to separate men and women and keep them segregated to a certain degree. It was so much easier for them to do it, like than having these problems. Like we could have these problems, which would be much harder to deal with, or we could segregate people. There might be some problems with that, but altogether, it'll be easier to handle.
Okay, what about you, Gray?
No, I'm completely in agreement there. We were much better off when like boys and girls were separated at a very young age, like so far as public education and whatnot was concerned, boys' schools, girls' schools, or at least separate entrances. Nowadays, there's so much integration. It's led to so much freaking strife and conflict. It's the same thing that's happened with the Boy Scouts. Like the boys were receiving their stuff, and the girls were like, "Yeah, we want to be with the boys." Then the girls end up with the boys, like, the boys' stuff is too hard. You got to make it fair for the girls. And now all the boys are treated like girls and getting medicated to death.
Then the Girl Scouts, even though they joined the Boy Scouts, still separate themselves as Girl Scouts.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now it's the gender ambiguous Scouts and the Girl Scouts.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's not named that, but yeah.
It's effectively the boys and girls and girls.
What the?
It's like how they talked a while back about how replacing Mr. Potato Head with gender neutral Potato Head, but still keeping Mrs. Potato Head. Like that's the way it works. It's not
society
equality, it's male erasure.
Yeah, society is a circus. It's a circus. I agree with you guys what you're saying, but it's a fucking circus. Holy shit. Oh, Lordy.
Well, I got front row seats and I'm enjoying it for now.
So do you believe that modern feminism and leftists or whatever kind of narrative they have, they're going out of their way to have a crusade to pretty much end the traditional term of masculinity?
Well, they're going out of their way to get rid of it because it threatens their very way of life.
Yeah. I don't think they're doing it consciously, it's subconsciously. So someone that will stand up to you and say, I don't agree with you, that's probably a masculine person. And it's especially they're doing like, I'm not going to attack you, but I'm not going to agree with you. I'm not going to bend my knee. So they started attacking that aspect, and that aspect was masculinity. Like they didn't know what it was, but they kept on attacking it.
Like they are cry bullies, and their opponent is anyone who objects to what they do.
I agree, but hey, we're gonna start ending it right now because it's getting late and I want some chili dogs. So Carrie, thank you for joining, man. You got a lot of insight today, and tomorrow I still got to think about the topic tomorrow, unless I mentioned it already. I don't know yet, but definitely join tomorrow.
Yeah. See you guys later.
No problem, man.
See you, Carrie.
So, Gray, how do you feel about the stream today? Good conversation. Like, what do you say about it?
We definitely sidetracked a lot. I would like to get into Savonarola, like probably even as a standalone topic, as an add-on, because I find the Savonarola period of the Renaissance very interesting, and I can see a lot of parallels to what's happening right now and his influence on that era.
Okay, I definitely. If you want to do part 2 tomorrow, we definitely could do that.
It could be part 2 unless you got a different topic. We can space out these parts.
Yeah, we'll be able to, because there's plenty of part 2s we can do in the future.
Yeah, but for now, man, get your chili dogs and get some food in you.
I do. Oh, yeah, with some chili dogs. But before I leave, anybody that's still here, definitely go ahead and check out my other streams if you want. If you want to support your boys here at Yeetus or the Warband, go ahead and donate to the links that I post on top of the chat. PayPal.me/Yeetus or Cash App/Yeetus. 100% of the money will be going towards the production of the channel. It's going to be crazy. But in the end, This was a phenomenal conversation. I definitely want to touch back on this later on. Because we did get sidetracked, like what Gray said. But we are 3 episodes away. I think 2 episodes. No, yeah, we are 3 episodes away to episode 100 of Yeetus' Thoughts. And I'm going to see if I can get as many special guests as I can for that.
Well, shit. What's going to happen first? You're going to hit 100, or is Jesus going to come back from the dead?
I'm going to hit 100 first, okay? I'd be mad as hell if Jesus come back first. Hey, you ain't supposed to do that. But thank you, everybody, for the support. If you guys stuck with me from the beginning, you guys noticed the glow up from my first stream to now. Okay. It's been a crazy, I think it was 7 or 8 months. Crazy. But like the saying goes, the Warband grind doesn't stop. It never stops. Definitely expect shorts tomorrow. Expect that shit. And then I'm going to see if I can get an introduction video for my channel. But primarily right now, definitely expect shorts tomorrow. Because it's been forever since I've done that. And I know I've been saying, oh, I'll do shorts. Tomorrow, I'll definitely do shorts. You good, Gray?
I'm all good.
All right. This is Sir Yeetus. Hopefully you guys had your gems to learn from the Warband. And I am out. We are out. Peace.
Peace out, Warband.
Anywhere you go, give it all. Anywhere you said,